Yo, what is up, everybody? Shout out to all my anime heads out there. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the love, and I absolutely appreciate anime nights. All right, number 28 is about to get started. Sorry I wasn't able to make it last night. I just wasn't feeling well, and I was about to push myself to do it because I just did a video, and I'm like, okay, I still got enough energy. Let me just go ahead and push on. And I was like, you know what? If you start feeling like, you know what, this is not a good night, just don't do it. All right. Just don't do it. It's not worth your health. So yeah, I'm just gonna make sure that I do that, take care of myself, take care of the health a little bit better than I've been doing. But yeah. Thank you everybody for being here, man. Shout out to all of you guys. 14 cats in the chat. I'm not sure how many are watching overall. Okay, we got 6 watching on Anime Heads. All right, so we got 2. We remember we simulcast. So we got Anime Heads and we got my channel. Make sure wherever you are, you're smashing the like button. And I appreciate it, man. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. And we got 4 folks that are, well, 3 others besides myself that'll be joining us momentarily. So let's get it started, man. Let's go ahead and introduce them, bring them out, bring them out. You guys know how we do. Name is in the house. Name, what's up, bro?
Yo, what's up, DA?
Man, chilling, man. It's another beautiful day to be on YouTube. It's always fun coming to you guys, man, chilling and chopping it up with everybody. Thanks for being here, Name. Appreciate that. We also got Brandon, the anime guy. Brandon, how's it going, brother?
What's happening, everyone? I hope everyone's having a good night. It is a good night here on Anime Nights with the Anime Heads. And yes, all I have to say is, Le Flops lost. OKC went down in flames, and I laughed my ass off. Even though I hate modern basketball. No, I'm not a modern basketball person, but I have seen a ridiculous amount of flopping and fouling and stuff. There's one person in particular that they have that really likes to lay flop. Yeah. And they lost, and I laugh. And now I get to see San Antonio back in the big game. I know that's not anime, but that still makes me happy.
What's wrong with that? Thank you very much, brother. And then, of course, joining us, Stacy Gardner.
Stacy,
also here. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just got home not too long ago from hanging out with friends. Played a little video games, and I was like, it's time for the show. Need to get ready.
Very cool. What game did you guys play?
While I was hanging out with my friends, we were playing like a lot of fighting games. But when I got home, I was like, I need to work on my Legend of Heroes games. JRPG, really good stuff.
Okay, nice. Everybody, what's up? I see Cyfax in the chat. Cyfax, shout out, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. Hey, look, everybody smash the like button. You know what we got to do. We got to get these numbers pumped up, all right? If you haven't smashed that like button already, do so as soon as possible, man. Listen, we got a medium-packed show, but we got one big topic, okay? One very big topic regarding Kadokawa. I really want to talk about this because this involves the future of the entire anime industry. It's not just one company. I think a lot of companies are starting to kind of think the way Kadokawa is thinking. And although I see there is something wrong with their line of thinking, I do also kind of see where they're coming from. So I'm going to dive into everybody's opinions when we get to that topic. But before we get there, hey, real quick, we got just a small super chat. Shout out to Mac. Now it's known. Drop the $1 in the till. Thank you very much, Mac. Appreciate it, man. I tell you guys, man, get over there and follow Mac because Mac always has great information that I either respond to or share on a video at some point in time. One of the posts that he put up a post about Star Wars, and I just wrote a quick little blurb about it. Next thing you know, that thing is going viral. So this is all coming because Mac is always sharing great shit. So thank you very much, Mac. Appreciate it, bro. All right. I don't want to waste any time. I want to get right to it, man. Let's talk about the top 10 anime that came out this week. We've been trying to work this in as part of our normal topics list. And this is on Anime Corner. All right. The top 10 anime for week 8, spring 2026. And it's going from May 22nd to May 29. ReZero season 4 takes the top spot again. All right, for the 5th time with the largest vote percentage of the season so far at over 20%. I have fallen behind on ReZero, but I will get caught up with it before the season is done. Anybody watching? Anybody can attest to the greatness of ReZero right now? And no.
No, but did you see that post I sent on IMDb? Apparently, like it's
I
one of the
actually
highest rated episodes of all time.
Can because a friend of
And I
mine
don't know
watches
what's going
that,
on.
and I'll tell you this right now. I've said not one of mine, but
Stacy, you there?
yeah, I'm here. I'm
Stacey?
here. I thought Name was saying something. That's why I stopped.
Yeah, no, that's what
Hello?
happened. I think I think we got a delay. I think you're delayed a little bit, Stacy, because Name was talking and then you cut
Just a
in.
little.
So yeah, refresh.
Sorry about that.
I think you got to just
might
might need a refresh on the browser. That just kind of clears that up. But whatever, Stacy, continue with what you were saying.
Right. Give me a second.
Okay, well, Name, continue with what you were saying.
I mean, I sent the post in our little chat. For some reason, it got a really high score on IMDb. Like it's like one of the highest scores of all time. And I don't know what was going on in that episode because like I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah,
but for some reason, like it I think it had a 9.9 when I sent it. I don't know if it dropped now, but you know how like reviews are. Sometimes like they boost it or they bomb it. You can never really tell.
That's a good point. Yeah. Brandon, are you a big ReZero guy? No, you're not. You're not, right?
Well, I know that Subaru likes to die. That much I do know. I actually just started the first season about 3 weeks ago, and I've only seen the first episode, so I don't know about it. But whenever it goes to something like this, when we have something that's such a massive outlier compared to the rest, I have to take it with a grain of salt. So, but then again, when I look at this list, if you'll scroll down just a smidge more here.
Let's see. So let's go over the top 10. All right. So it's ReZero 1, Demons of the Shadow Realm 2.
Yeah.
Classroom of the Elite is 3. Or Classroom of the Elite Season 4 is 3. Witch Hat Atelier is 4. Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun Season 4 is 5. Wistoria Wand and Sword Season 2 is 6. I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class is 7. Marriage Toxin 8. Agents of the Force Season 9 and Ramparts of Ice is 10.
Yeah, there's only 2 on here that I'm watching, and even those 2 I'm behind on substantially, which is Witch Hat and Wistoria. Otherwise, I guess I have trash takes. my stuff that I like to watch, it's trash tier. Now, most of the stuff is all returning, which is fine and dandy, but I don't know. Sometimes I just don't understand how things get to the way they are, but I guess I don't have to understand.
Well, I think, these are obviously some of the more popular anime, and that's what these lists are all about. It's not necessarily saying quality, it's like, hey, these might, listen, I think I'm watching, I think I'm two episodes in on ReZero. It's fine, it's good, no problems there. Demons of the Shadow Realm, I'm really enjoying that. All right, enjoying that immensely. All right, that's 2. And then I'm still not caught up with Witch Hat. I think I've gotten through like 4 episodes or 5 episodes. I'm not sure where I'm at with that.
You're further than I am,
I've fallen off of that. I'm still watching Wistoria's Season 1, so it's going to take me a minute to get caught up with Season 2. But I'm liking Wistoria,
that's
Marriage Toxin. Marriage Toxin, I'm watching that. And I'm loving. I think Marriage Toxin honestly is the surprise hit for me because I didn't think I knew it was going to be pretty decent. I'm really enjoying Marriage Toxin. And then the one that's not on this list that I'm watching is Liar Game, and I'm loving Liar Game. So it's kind of weird, but yeah, Ramparts of Ice, Agents of Season 4. What was the one that jumped up out of nowhere? One of these, Stacy might remember. Stacy's back. One of these, like I think it was last week or whatever, jumped from like 13 all the way up to number 3, and I can't remember. Do you guys remember which one of it was? It Agents of the Four Seasons?
I don't recall. I wasn't here, so
You weren't here. Yeah, I know Stacy and Name were here, but I'm trying to remember. But either it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, it's just that the top 10 is always an interesting look at what people are enjoying. Go ahead, Stacy. I'm sorry.
I think it was either I made friends with the second prettiest girl or Agents of the Four Seasons, because if you pay attention, they do have that previous ranking. So that's something. I can't remember. I think we'd have to go back and watch the previous podcast episode.
Yeah, we'll have to watch it again just to see. But I mean, ReZero got 20% of the vote, which is wild. Like most times it gets like, the top one maybe gets 4, 5. You see the other rankings from the other percentage of the total. And this one got 20%. So pretty much ReZero is rocking and rolling right now. So there's that. I thought that was just interesting. Brandon, you're sharing your screen. Let me go ahead and bring this up. What you got, man?
So this is my current watch list. I am a bit behind because I've had to reshuffle when I pay for certain things. But Wistoria, yep. Wholesome Harem, absolutely. Witch Hat, yep. Most Heretical Last Boss Queen. This is one that you cannot watch dubbed. Because if you do...
Oh, really?
Oh, from what... I've got a few people in my group that have watched this dubbed. And they told me they wanted to take the pencils and shove them in their ears. A, the voice acting is awful. B, you have these high-class society peoples speaking like they're gutter rats. No, it has to be Japanese. Gotcha. Otagals or Gals Can't Be Kind to an Otaku. That's hilarious and it's cutesy. Always a Catch is fun. The Warrior Princess Barbaric King is great.
Oh yeah.
The Drops of God is still really good. And of course, that's the other one. Yes. This is one that I absolutely want to smack a lot of people over. This is manga accurate. Right down to everything. In fact, they're enhancing it, making it better. This is you cannot sleep on this one. If you want ultimate machismo, ultimate 80s, this is it. Fantastic. And of course, our little friend, the bookworm, Rosemine. You just can't say no to Rosemine. And then Kusanoki's Gardens of the Gods is just a nice, relaxing one. But those are what I'm still watching. I've got my list for next month, for the summer season already put together, and it's worse than this one. As far as what I'm going to start. But to me,
all right, we're going to check on that. I want to check on that later, and see what your summer season is looking like.
It's pretty stacked.
Look, summer's just around the corner. We're in June. We're about a month away.
This is in like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah. So
you want to do that when we do the summer listing? You want to try to predict what they're going to play at Crunchyroll Anime Nights? I think
that's exactly what I want to do. So we'll do that last. We'll save that for last. The Crunchyroll, or the summer season, and we'll go over everybody's picks and what they're looking for. All right. Let's go ahead and kick the show off, man. Thank you, everybody, for being here. 35 people in the chat. Make sure you hit the like. Oh, and then we got one more super that came through from Marshall J. Jenna Ortega for $4.99. The Garden of Sinners and Another are good supernatural horror Japanese anime I highly recommend. Okay.
Yes.
I have not seen either one of those, and let me add that to my list. I got a growing list. It's absolutely insane how many things I got.
Is it more than 3,000 or less than 3,000?
It's bordering right now. It's about 200. It's a little over 200.
Oh, okay. Because my master list has got 3,500 plus on it. So
that's ridiculous. Yeah, we'll never get to the end of that.
I'll have to share that one of these days and just see what's on there, because it's got everything from the 70s up through current, and it's a monster.
That is absolutely insane. Thank you very much, Marshall J, for the $4.99. And then, look, my guy, Dragon Master Zero drops a $10 super sticker. Let me go over here. Let's see what the super sticker is. Oh, it's a little laughing. What is that? What is that called again?
It's either the fox or the Shiba Inu.
It's the fox.
Yep.
It's a little laughing fox, man, laughing on his back. Got his hands going. He's just loving life. Thank you very much, Dragon Master Zero, man. I appreciate the supers. Everybody give some love up to Dragon Master, who is one of the top supporters. If you are a member, you can hit him up with his own emoji because Dragon Master has his own emoji. And so I'm going to go ahead and give him that. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you as always. And then let's go ahead and say thank you to the super chatters with a little bit of All Might love. Here you go. So, who watched the Crunchyroll Anime Awards?
I wasn't that crazy.
Me and Name tried to watch it. We hung in there for like, and it was ridiculous.
I actually went back. I went back after we got off, and I watched the whole thing. It was
bad.
Anime Oscars.
Yeah.
And in a bad way.
No.
Well,
what do we expect from Sony?
I think that was a given.
Yeah, right. Well, we got George Wada, who is the president of production IG and Wit Studio, has called for the creation of a new Japan-based anime award show amid growing criticism of the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Wada argued that the industry needs an award system judged more directly by anime professionals in Japan, citing concerns over mainstream bias and limited creator involvement in current global award formats. Duh. Like,
yes.
Why wasn't there already this? Like, I'm like trying to figure out why didn't we already have anime professionals in Japan judging for the awards? Like, what was I don't understand Crunchyroll's system, and they always seem to make the wrong choices. Isn't this just kind of a no-brainer, guys?
Yeah. This is one of those things that I wish that I had a little clip that I could play of George Jefferson going all, hallelujah, spiritual revival type on all their asses, because this is exactly what is necessary. They need to create. That's right. Yes. I love the Jefferson.
I know exactly what Brandon's talking about, and I swear to God, I would lose my crap if he plays that on here.
But yes, they do need to create their own specific for their industry with people that are insiders. You don't want it to be just come a big gigantic circle jerk of just themselves jerking each other off. But at the same time, they know their craft better than we do, much better than what Crunchyroll does, because they just keep inviting morons and retards and inviting countries to vote, or the countries that do vote are, I'll air quote this, third world shitholes. There we go. That are voting and overriding all of us. So yes, they should do it. And then they should have, if they're going to have, they should have maybe two sets of awards, an award from the people that are actually inside the industry, and then an award that calculates in votes from countries specifically, mostly Japan, and then let's say their next biggest partner, which is us, the United States of America.
I don't have a problem with like a fan award ceremony or something like the People's Choice. Remember the People's Choice Awards? Stuff like that. Like, yeah, you want to do something just for the audience and let the audience vote and the audience picks the winner, that's fine. But when it's time for something that's like, okay, this is the real awards, these are the awards that matter. Like, yeah, let's go ahead and have some Japanese professionals or anime professionals in Japan, pick those winners. All right. Anybody name? I'm pretty sure you don't disagree with that, right, Name?
I mean, they already have their own awards. It's just that they're not promoting it. They have one called the New Type Awards, which is a Gundam reference, which I think is cool. And you know what? It's crazy because when I was watching the stream for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, I was getting mad because they're actually picking like brain dead titles to win. I sent you one. Your favorite anime, Lazarus, won Best Original Anime over some great series.
That was such trash too, man. I couldn't believe
Bro,
that, man.
It was funny too because they had the directors of the producers go up and give the victory speech, and they looked like they didn't expect to win too. They're like, "Oh, okay, I guess we got it." And then like other awards too, like when we were looking at background art for Gachi Yakuza, that won too, and I saw a lot of people on Twitter dogging it. So yeah, it is a case of and I hate to use this term, but this is like it was just a lot of influencers and like fans that are like, skewing the vote, because there's so many anime that didn't even win one. They had Takopi's Original Sin nominated for 7 titles. It didn't even win a single one, and some of them were like well deserved. You know, like My Hero winning Anime of the Year, but something like Demon Slayer beating Chainsaw Man for best OST is crazy. I cannot believe they picked that. I thought
this
Chainsaw
is Brandon.
Man...
Look, real quick. This is Brandon.
Who doesn't love the Jeffersons?
That's Brandon. And, yeah, thank you. Finally, we got it. But I'm sorry, name. Continue.
No, but it's because, like, I think if you do advocate for more like Japanese awards, you're gonna be surprised at what wins, because last year what was sweeping all the awards was the Gundam G-Quack show, and that only got nominated in one category at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. So
see,
people are,
they don't get it, man.
It's going to be a mix of reactions if you give it to Japan, because you're going to start being exposed to their culture. Like we talked about last week, Gundam, Detective Conan, really big over there, almost no presence here. So you're going to start to see, you know, a little, people might expand their tastes. They might be more mad.
They might absolutely stop just watching the popular stuff. And anyway, wow, that's Anime of the Year. I never heard of this. Maybe I should watch it. Yeah, exactly, man. 100% agree.
They may actually subscribe to Ocean Vale. If you know what that is, you know.
Yeah. See, I think it's damn you, Brandon. I think this could actually be a good idea, because I mean, let me give it to you from the video game aspect. If you've heard of them, the Side Scrollers podcast, they actually have their own gaming awards called the Real Game Awards, and every category is decided purely by the fans of gaming. No insiders, no influencers. They've basically told the audience, vote, share it, vote, share it. And they've only done it like 1 year. And from what I've heard, their numbers are going to be growing on that. So if anime does that, if anime does that, oh my God, we will actually see anime that deserves wins, get those wins, and those that do not will basically be revealed to be nothing but propped up pieces of, you know, whatever they are.
Shit.
Here's a guy right here. Giguk on how to fix the anime awards. Instead of having a big pool of judges and panelists, have specialized jury for different categories that they are nominating in and voting in. It's impossible to watch every show in every genre. So let me play a little bit of what he says is the fix. And you guys
I have to preface this just a bit. I watched this morning. This guy came off as the biggest whining bitch that I have heard in a very long time. It's so hard to have to watch anime. No, it's not. You know,
as someone who watches it for a living, right?
Yeah.
But, let me play the part that he's talking about. Like, I'm not going to play all 2 minutes, but I just want to get your reaction or your opinions on would his method be the right way to go? All right, listen to this.
Here are my 2 actual suggestions for the Anime Awards. The obvious one would be having lessening the percentage between the jury voting, the judging voting, and the public voting, right? That'll be like obviously like the obvious one. But I think what would make a bigger change is having a specialized jury for different categories. As someone who basically has to keep up with anime and watch anime as a job, I know how fucking hard it is, how fucking difficult it is to keep up with every single anime coming out. Keep up with every fucking show coming out in every different genre, right?
You can't do it, Hunter.
I can't. I'm like, come on, man. You know, I've been in this for almost 5 years. Yeah, this is my 5th year. I had one season working full-time job, doing the live streams, doing my game streams, and trying to watch 40 shows in a season. I at least started with 40, and family on top of that. Yeah, that part of it makes him come off as a whiny butt. That's the part that drives me crazy about him. I have no idea who this guy even was. I took somebody else to tell me, oh, he's the largest anime streamer in the world. I'm like, really? How the hell did I not know that about him? But
Hey,
to
man,
his
it's a
other
big
point,
world,
he
right?
is, yeah, he is correct, but the way that he's making himself correct, making him
How
come
he's
off like a whiny
sounding
ass.
is like,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't like the way he's saying it either. Look, coming to
Yeah.
the stage. Let me bring him on right now. Cyfax
Cyfax.
is here.
What's going on, fellas? How you guys
What's
doing
happening?
tonight?
Back
Cyfax,
in the
we're trying to
club.
fix the anime awards with Crunchyroll. This guy is trying to give his 2 cents. He's a big time anime YouTuber. And basically, he's saying we might need to segment these things out. Let's listen to the rest of this. Brandon, we good?
How
Yeah, I'm
are you
good.
going to be an anime like top streamer and you got one strand of hair going through your forehead like that? What is happening? here?
That is a weird look.
What's going on here, dude?
His toupee
All right,
isn't
here we
working
go, here we
anymore.
So I do
I
have
don't think you
sympathy
want to know the answer,
for
Cyfax.
judges who have to make a vote on best slice of life, for example. I think this is why. I think this is why a lot of the nominations in the anime awards for some of the niche categories, like slice of life, like comedy, they were still like the same kind of like big shows. And I think part of the big reason for that is people don't have time to keep up with every single genre, and people will have their likes and dislikes and their preferences in terms of the genres they watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of goes back to what we were saying with this, right? Like the stuff that's getting lost. There's some good anime out there that's not going to hit the top 10 because people are just following the popular stuff and they're just voting for their favorite stuff. And so the top 10 on Anime Corner is just always going to be, popular and the most popular things. But that's not how I want my awards to go. I want the awards to be the hidden gems that I didn't know about. It's like, oh my, look what's been nominated. I haven't heard about this. So many times with the Oscars, movies get nominated that I have never heard of, and I didn't know it was out. And they're saying this is one of the best pictures of the year. Let me go and check it out. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not good, but it got nominated. And so I think, to this guy's point, it's like, yeah, maybe picking, some individual categories and then having people that are like, hey, you're going to do the slice of life and you're going to be a judge in that category and you're going to vote there. You're going to be, isekai. You're going to watch all the isekai that come out in 2026 and you're going to vote that, or comedy or whatever. I think that might be a better way of handling it. According to like how this guy is saying. So I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting take. I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that.
No, I mean, like the dude's kind of right, or like what you were just saying, like, hey, especially because like anime is such a broad and massive topic. Like, there's 20 new things of each type of anime that comes out. It's like, dude, nobody's watching all of this. You know what I mean? Like, even between us here, we got 5 people here, and it's like we don't even watch a lot of the same stuff. Like,
I tried.
There's a little overlap here or there, but it's like even between us, it's like, dude, like I'm not watching all this stuff you're watching. You're not watching all the stuff I'm watching. We're just not doing that. And it's like it would kind of make more sense. Like, hey, man, you were just saying, like, hey, you watch all the isekai, I'll watch all the the romance ones. Set them up like here's like 3 judges in each topic based on said topic, and then then come to a conclusion with that, or massive online polls or something. Because like how you and Name were saying, Name, I think your mic's bleeding out or whatever like that. I think that.
Oh, really?
I want to say that's you because yeah. Well, there's like a background noise, but it's fine. I'm just saying, like there's just too many things. There's too many. There's way too much anime, guys. There's way too much. Like there's way too much, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love that there's that much variety. But at the same time, when it's like, dude, have you watched this? It's like, no, dude. No, I'm watching
no way
the
you
other
can watch
10.
it all.
I'm watching the other 10 that we talked about last week.
Look, this is the spring season, right? Can you guys see this number up here? 143 series. All right. 143 out of, I mean, there's nobody that's just the spring season. Okay, if you go back to winter, what was it during winter? Winter, it's 182. Okay, it's like there's literally no way to watch all of this. And if you want to do it right, you're gonna have to. Hey man, let's segment this thing out, guys, because this is getting to be.
And if you think about it, it's really
even
it's,
if each
if you
even
think
if
about it,
each
it's
of
really
those had
more.
only
Wait, one at a time.
Let me just say this real quick. Even if each one of those only had one episode and they were 20 minutes each, 20 times 140 or whatever, like
you're not doing that.
You're not watching even one episode of all these. You're just not doing it. Dude. It's just
Go ahead, name.
not happening.
Even if
Where
I
are
think
you
that
gonna?
number is also inaccurate because if you think about it, if you're just starting, like dude, you said you started Restoria, that's on season 2, so you have to get through a season 1 before you get to the season 2. ReZero is on season 4. There have been plenty of seasons. Ascendance of Bookworms in season 4. So it's really more if depending on like how much watch time you've accumulated. So, and I hate to do this, but I think he has a point because, and I said this in the chat that I think you shouldn't be allowed to vote if you haven't seen all of the nominees in the category because at that point you're just voting for your favorite rather than understanding the playing field. And I was like, okay, I can separate my personal bias from what's actually good because I love vigilantes, but if you put it in the best shonen category, I'm probably not gonna put it if I've seen all the other shows because quality wise it's probably lower compared to Gachi Yakuza or My Hero Academia final season. It's the same. DA, if I asked you if I put you on on the judges panel to vote for the best mecha anime of the year, could you do it in good faith, knowing that
Hell no. Hell no.
Exactly.
Hell no. I've watched maybe one, if that. Yeah, like there's no way you can make that kind of judgment. Yeah, so yeah,
exactly, and that's what's happening
there
with these Crunchyroll Anime Awards. You have a lot of people who have their own interests, and that's fair. Everyone has their own has their own personal taste, but you're putting them in. You're making them vote for everything, and they haven't seen everything because it's not all on Crunchyroll. Like Gundam G-Quest, the American streaming was on Amazon Prime, which a lot of people have, but unless you went out of your way to watch that, you wouldn't know. Like, okay, is this even like good or not? So it's like that's why you're voting for Lazarus because it was on what was it, Toonami? Like I think
it was
the most accessible. So everyone just went
and
voted for that one because it was the only.
Let me get Stacy's comment on that, and then we'll circle back to you, Cyfax. Stacy, I think he's frozen. Stacy,
he does look frozen.
Okay, I was.
Oh, there he goes.
You still on?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go for it.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. I'm like. Anyway, to Name's point, he actually brought up a really good point. You want to do this in terms of categories, right? You want to do it like, okay, let's get 10 people to watch mecha anime. You got that. You got 10 people to watch harem anime. I'm one right there. 10 people to watch isekai anime. Brandon, I think that's 2. I think that's me and you there. But when you have like a small, at the very least, do it like a peer review, like just mass vote, or have a small group of people in watching over certain categories. Because if you do that, you're going to get better results. And plus, the wins and losses are going to be more accurate. But if you just have people like influencers who are just doing this stuff so that way they can try and make themselves seem more appealing, you're going to get nothing but crap.
100% agree. Let me bring Angel to the mix. What up, Angel? How's it going, bro?
What up? How's
Angel?
everybody? What are you doing?
Doing well, man.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Cyfax, you had another point you wanted to make?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah. I'm trying to like kind of almost
What's
keep
up,
muted. Like I got a new neighbor like across the way, and it's apparently
it's okay.
a car. It's a car company, so they have a car show going on.
I can't hear
and
a
it's
thing,
just
man.
okay. It's just a bunch of cars revving in the background, so I can barely hear you guys while I'm talking. But it's just like there's just all these like. I mean, super nice cars. So it's very nice, but it's like loud as shit outside, so I can barely hear anything. I have my my mute setting on, but yeah. Anyways, So I can't even remember what I was going to be going on about. I was like, holy shit! Like I was trying to listen, and I'll chime in when I can, but I'm gonna mute until then. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, but Angel, the conversation was in regards to the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Did you happen to catch any of that?
I seen a couple of clips. I didn't see too much of it. I heard who
Okay.
won, but I didn't really check out too much. I mean, when it comes to award shows, I really take it with a grain of salt nowadays. You know, they're not as, you know, they don't put the stamp on things like they used to, like back in the 90s or, you know, early 2000s, when awards kind of meant something and they were a little bit more honest in regards to who they were picking. But nowadays, has to do with, you know, trying to promote the next big thing that the company thinks is going to make money for them instead of what the fans are looking for. So, you know,
Right.
I totally agree that they should have something totally separate. It shouldn't be anything involving too much of the industry that is, you know, distributing the content for the customers. It should be strictly the entertainers, you know, voting on it, just like how they kind of do with the Oscars in a sense, but just a little bit more honest. You know, where you
Yeah, they
have
got
the,
an
you
academy.
know,
Yeah, I like the way
like
the
an academy
Oscars.
for anime.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's what name is back. Hold on, I'll bring him back in just a minute. Oh, he's still getting set up. Okay, look, this is an article that came up, and this is from Wired Japan. All right, this is translated. 73 million votes of enthusiasm and the absence of Japan. The Crunchyroll Anime Awards 2026 reveals the current state of anime. So they talk about the awards were held May 23rd. Record-breaking 73 million votes were cast from around the world. Brazil, India, and Mexico were among the top 5 countries in terms of engagement, but Japan surprisingly didn't make the list. The event was held in Tokyo. The focus was on Japanese anime, but the target audience was global. That's the problem, in my opinion. Okay. And again, this is what we've all been talking about, the globalization of anime. We're hearing from everybody else, but we're not hearing from Japan. Japan is starting to lose its relevance in a certain sense in its own properties in anime. Who's going to win the awards? Oh, Brazil and Mexico and India and all these other countries who will decide because they obviously have bigger populations. But Japan, a smaller country, oh, yeah, well, whatever, you know. And it's just, to me, it's kind of like it's a gut punch, but it's also the reality, like they say, it's the current state of anime. So I just want to hear your thoughts on this. It's a very interesting article. I'm not going to read through it, but very interesting. But that kind of highlights the problems that you got right now with anime, is that Japan can't even have any influence on its own properties and its own awards.
I mean, like, we kind of have the same problem here in like America when it comes to some stuff, or like you hear it in Britain or whatever. It's like you're getting overtaken by let's say outside influences, right? And it's like that's what's kind of happening to Japan right here. And it's like, sure, the best stuff we all know basically comes from Japan. Like when you think anime, your immediate thought is Japan. Like even if it's so like we think manga Japan, whatever, even if it's manhwa, whatever, which is like, you know, Chinese or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Your first thought when you see an animation that's in a different language, your first thought is probably Japan. But obviously they're getting destroyed just based on the numbers. Like you were saying, it's a lower population. So if they only have, you know, 10, 20 million people and only 10% of them actually watch this stuff, well, you're going to get dominated by a random country that's that has 5%, but they have a way larger population. Like it's just going to be like, you know, numbers matter, but it's like, yeah, it does suck that it's like your relevancy towards that is getting overshadowed based on the amount of people. But at the other same time, it kind of does show, hey, your influence literally spreads to all these other places, which is good. You know, it's like, hey, your stuff is getting seen by all these other places, which it should be a good thing to them. You know, it's like, hey, at least in
there's a
America,
double-edged sword to that part of it.
Exactly.
And we'll talk about that in a minute, because we're going to get to the Kadokawa conversation, and that's where we really can chop into this. Brandon, I'll give you the final word. Crunchyroll, regardless of anime awards, whether it's Crunchyroll or any other company, I just feel Japan should be front and center with that. And the fact that they're getting overshadowed by larger, you know, countries, and people are now listening to those countries instead of listening to the originators, I see that as a major, major problem.
It's disrespectful is what it is.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing that the Japanese culture does not care for is disrespect. Now, whether or not that level of disrespect is high enough for them to actually do something about it remains to be seen. But in general, yeah, this is something that they need to be doing the primary voting on, since most of this, if not all of it, is made for their audience. And we just happen to peek into that, as opposed to it being made specifically for American audience, Mexican audience, et cetera, So I hope they put the boots down. I'd prefer if they put the boot up the ass, but that's not going to happen. But they need to do something. They need to do something about that. And it's a fairly simple fix. Just, as you said, the industry insiders, have them do their own thing. Have a People's Choice Award. Don't have Crunchyroll have the thumb on any of it, because let's face it, it's Crunchyroll. It's Sony.
I mean, I think it's great that a lot of people are like, they look at this Japanese stuff and they appreciate it, they respect it, they actually like it. I wish they just adapt it into their own cultures sometimes, and then maybe we wouldn't have so many problems when they go and spread out into other places. I'm not going to get too political with this, but at the same time, I mean, come on, if you like a certain thing so much and the way that they respect so much stuff, I don't know, maybe bring that into your own fucking culture. Like, Jesus Christ. Obviously it's popular. It's literally popular enough to where you're dominating their own award shows. Like, come on, dude, bring it into your own culture, like at least a little bit.
Agreed. All right, we're gonna move on to the next topic. This one, at least for me, was a little bit of good news. We all are aware of Urana, right? The Gachi Akuda,
that whole thing is a shit show,
and all of the bullshit that was going on with her. Well, we got some good news with this. Urana has reactivated her X/Twitter profile, but tweets now protected. So I guess she came back, but not really. All right, because not anybody is going to be able to read her tweets. Now it's going to be up to those that are, that she allows to read them, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I didn't want this young lady to remove herself off from the fans that actually do love her and do love her work and aren't a bunch of giant assholes. Like, okay, good. You're back. I'm good with that. And her tweets are protected. So welcome back, Urana. Glad you're able to make it back. And I'm sorry you ever had to deal with the assholes that dealt with it. But man, this was a absolute shit show, man. And it pissed me off to no end what she was dealing with. And we talked about it. I did an entire video on this. That, it's like, you can't win for losing. Anytime you try to do something for somebody else, okay, add some characters to this thing, we'll make them people of color or whatever the case may be. Oh no, you have some leaks around your head and now this is racism, and this is like, what the hell are we doing here? You like the wrong person, you like the wrong post, this is racism, this is bigotry. And it's like, stop it. Okay, you're making us all look like giant fucktards. Stop it. But unfortunately, she had to remove herself, but she did come back, so I'm glad for that. At least I'm glad for that much. But there's another half to this that I want to get your thoughts on. But quick thoughts anybody got on Urana returning? Is this good, bad for her and for her fans?
This is good. This is good for her.
I always
and her right. This is good for her and her fans. This is fucked up. I'm sorry, DA. This is fucked up for those who just can't enjoy shit. Why? I'm gonna say it like this. I have seen plenty of low budget cosplays. I have seen low budget cosplays from Bleach, from Naruto, from Durarara. I've seen plenty, and nobody got offended at that. Somebody decided to do a low budget cosplay of her stuff, and then they had the nerve to get pissed off at that. No.
Yep.
See, it's people like that really piss me off, because I want to enjoy this stuff, but they want to come around and put their feelings on it. No, this is not your stuff. This is the Japanese stuff. Let them do what they want with it. Now, if you got a legitimate problem with it, be respectful. Say, hey, I didn't like that. That was very disrespectful in this sense. Handle it like an adult. But if you want to bitch and moan and try and dog pile and harass her, as far as I'm concerned, you and me, we are not friends. We do not enjoy the same stuff. You just pissed me off. You crossed the line.
Facts. Yep.
I mean, I look at this stuff like it should, as I think it's intended, which is, should be like, it's funny, like dude, low budget cosplay. I mean, there's like that infamous Asian dude who goes around and does that shit all the time. Like it's one Asian dude, I can't remember his name, but he's like, he does it on purpose, and he's like, he does these funny ass versions of everything, any and everything, and he does it with like the lowest cost denominator to whatever he can do, and it's funny, and it's intended for that. And if people take it seriously, that's on you, man. That shouldn't be on the creator or anyone else. And it's like, that's obviously not intended from the creator. And it's like, you take it for what it is, which is appreciation. And it's like, hey man, even the people who don't have the kind of money they would like to have to be able to support you properly are still trying to support you. They liked it enough to see what you're doing, and they were like, what can I do to like, even outside of that guy joking about it, like, what can I do to make my version of it for my cost, possibly, you know? And I actually, I would take that more as respect than disrespect. So, I mean, I get it. Like, you know, these people, maybe they take it differently or whatever, but it's like, no, if somebody's giving you any type of,
Sci-Fi, do you know the story behind what happened?
Yeah, it was the leaks, right? It was the leaks.
Yeah. She was
totally
totally like, she loved it and she was cool with it. It was her dumbass fans that are the quote unquote fans that felt that was some racism because they used leaks. And it was like, come on, guys. Are we really doing this?
No one's, they're not doing it out of disrespect. It's like, it's
they're doing it out of
funny.
love.
It's
and
funny.
She saw it that way.
Out of love,
she saw it that
like,
way.
Good,
but it's the fandom, which is now bringing me to the point that I really want to talk about. This guy here, Monte Sensei, man, and he kind of stuck the landing with this, and I kind of can't even disagree with him. So he says here, after this past week, I'm convinced we don't deserve anime nor any piece of Japanese media here in the West. We're too immature, entitled, and suffer from spoiled brat child syndrome, stuck in the toddler mind phase. I actually want Japan to become isolationist at this point. I was like, yeah, you know what, man? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I get it, but I kind of feel him on this one. I get it, man. I'm tired of these entitled, like, tourists, really is what I'm calling them, because anybody that's a true fan is not going to behave the way that we saw a lot of people behave this past week. All right, you're a straight up tourist. You are not a part of the fandom when you're attacking someone for the littlest shit. And just because you want to see yourself as the center of the fucking universe on every topic that comes up. And yeah, I'm talking about the hood weebs. All right, I'm talking about the hood weebs, the black anime fans that just want to attack people every single time something comes up that offends them. I'm tired of it. All right, you're not a fan. All right, you're not a fan at all. You're just an asshole. You're just a jerk, and you just want to see yourself. Oh, this must be about me. Oh, I'm the center of the fucking universe. I'm so sick of these people, man. The tourists, it's ridiculous, man. Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Do you remember Chris Rock's Bring the Pain comedy special?
I do. Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
The segment about black people versus ninjas, basically.
Yeah.
That's what we got here.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's it. Yeah.
But it kind of ticks me off though, because it's like when I try to talk to some of the people that I know about anime, and they just seem so resentful to it. Like, anime doesn't compare to anything that they're watching right now in the States, which is reality TV. You watching bad girl stuff. You watching stuff about violence a majority of the time. But yet you want to be argumentative about me and saying what I'm watching is, excuse my language, gay or, slow or whatever the case may be, because you don't like the way that it looks, or you don't understand the language, or you don't feel like reading something. It bothers me. And the thing that bothered me the most, I don't know if you've seen that post that I sent you earlier, DA, about Khalees literally changing Disney characters into black characters. Like,
we talked about that. I look, it's good. We talked about it. I want to say on the Office
character, dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, Black Woody. They got a black. Look, there's a whole company behind it. Oh, so it's so like main character syndrome on every single thing. It's like you're the center of the universe. It's all about us, me, me, me. It's so fucking frustrating. I'm tired of this tourist rot. I'm tired of this rot. I want it gone.
I think
I've
we
got one
we
for
could.
you.
I think we can all go off on like kind of the same subject, whether we're white, black, Asian, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it's like there's a certain segment of people who just seem to claim everything, and it's getting exhausting for all of us.
Yes.
Like the people who are just regular people. It's like, well, there's these, and it just happens to always fall into one category, and I'm not going to say it, but I mean it's obvious. So it's always one side of Twitter. And it's like, oh wow, if we say it, we're going to sound racist, or even let's say a certain amount of people on this panel would be called race traitors. Like, let's go with that. But it's like, dude, it's always you. Why is it always you? Stop it.
Yeah, the fatigue level is real. I've got something that I want to share because.
Oh wait, hold on.
They
I'm going to share this.
those people who want to do that crap, they can go ahead and call me. They can go ahead and call me a race traitor for all I care. Their opinions mean nothing to me.
Oh yeah, I could care less what those people think.
No,
All
absolutely, 100%.
All right, and Brandon, what do we got?
Well, Chibi posted this, and I'm like, bookmark this tweet. When this manga gets an anime adaptation, which it most likely will because it is popular, it'll get the same toxic fan base as Gachiakuda. So we have Ichi the Witch.
I wonder why. Oh my god.
Yep. It's only a matter of
where
time.
we at now. Yeah, this is like I said, man. To me, I'm over it. I'm tired of it. I want these people out of the fandom. I want them gone. I want them finished. I don't know how to get rid of them, but if I could get rid of them, I would get rid of all of them. All right. It's so frustrating and it's so tiring having to deal with these people. But go ahead.
My thing about how to get rid of these people, and I'm this close. I'm like this friggin' close to doing it and making videos of it. Going to conventions, and the minute I see them, I'm gonna have somebody hand them my cell phone, record the video, and I'm just gonna fucking dress them down right there, and then I'm gonna make sure they become famous for it. Because if we ain't got no other way to get them out, then they might as well just go ahead and take the public humiliation.
Yep.
Wait, did somebody put cornrows on this picture?
It'd be like,
Brandon,
you don't. Are you kidding
It's already
me?
started already.
Oh,
you know that
God.
bundle right there, DA, is about $800 for that bundle. You know that was about $800. So
Is that really how much it costs to have that done?
I'm tired, boss.
Hey, to be fair, she has no flyaways or anything like that. So I mean, it might have been worth it. I'm like,
Oh my god, this is so fucking stupid.
God damn it, Cyfax.
All right, look, let's have a little fun. All right. This one's kind of sort of related. This next one is kind of related.
Yes.
And
Here we go again, folks.
Well, this one, I found it funny. Some may not. All right. Have you guys heard of the Hunter
Yeah, no,
t-shirt scandal?
I laughed my ass off at it. I can't help it. It's just funny.
So they have a new t-shirt. All right.
Please let me see.
Special
Please let
photos.
me
This is
see.
translated from Japan. So keep in mind, this shirt was made in Japan. All right. This is a Japanese shirt made
I've
for
heard
Japanese
this. I'm ready.
fans. Special photos featuring collaboration items packed with the full charm of Hunter x Hunter are now available. And then the details are right there. And yeah, here's the t-shirt.
Oh, I gotta get it. I gotta get it, and I want to wear that on the train in New York City, and I want to record a video just so I can see the reaction. Like, huh?
No. I need that shirt. I need that shirt for AnimeCon.
Oh, I gotta order this.
If we're going to AnimeCon, and if you're inviting me, and I'm going with you, I need that, and I'm gonna rock that shirt, dude. I will totally rock that.
I have some bad news.
Dude.
Look,
Oh,
I
no.
actually like the design. I think that's cool.
It looks good.
I have some bad news, guys.
No.
I have a little bit of bad news.
Wait. Wait,
It's
yeah.
already sold out. It's already sold out.
Yeah, I'll go to the mall and make that shirt.
Oh,
I will go to the mall and make that shirt on my own. All I need is the images, and I'm straight. That's it.
but yeah, so
Angel,
let me give you guys a little bit of a background.
Angel, I
in
swear to
case
God, bro,
people
if
are
you make one
wondering.
and 2X for me, 2XL for
2X, bro. Yeah, we
oh
both
my
big
God,
guys.
I
We
would
ain't
love
small.
to have that shirt.
We both big guys. You know, it's a 3X. You got to think about the wash and dryer. dude.
You're just asking casual reviewer to share a shirt with you at that point. Jesus Christ! Like,
So
He's a big
for
dude.
those of you who might be confused,
Yeah, you're probably right.
this is
And-
here's the background. For those who don't understand why they did this, Nig is the name of the main character's dad, which is Gone Freaks, used as an anagram of his own name, Ging. In a video game, they're not trying to be racist. It's just really funny, and then they show a clip of him saying the name, and there it is. But it's not racism. Black people, you are not the center of the universe. All right, this has nothing to do with you. This is about Hunter x Hunter. But as you can imagine, people freak the hell out.
well, it isn't in like Thailand or something when you say the word "nig." Obviously, I'm not going to say the last words, but it's like it's like when you say it, it's like doesn't that just mean dude in their language? It's like their version of dude, or
I don't know.
something
I don't-
equivalent. No, it's
Yeah.
like something equivalent. Because I remember what's his name, I Show Speed. He's like one of the most popular. Well, he's a black streamer, but it's like he's like one of the biggest streamers out there, and he traveled the world, and like he would go to different countries, and each country kind of had their version of that. But all it meant was like some type of greeting. Like it was a greeting of like some type of like, hey, what's up, dude? Or dude, whatever. And he was like, he would kind of trip out all the time. And it's like, once you go around the world, it's a very common phrase, at least the beginning.
It
of
is.
Like it's a very common phrase. So it's like, dude, everyone tripping out on it. I mean, even in Spanish, if you look at it, I mean, if you want to say the word black, like
Well,
it's
and again, I
literally
think
that.
I think
Negro.
normal people get it.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the
It's
world
a
revolves
Negro.
around you and your feelings, that's the people that are going to have problems with this. Most people would say, hey, this is made in Japan. They probably don't mean what I would consider maybe it could mean. They probably mean something completely different. And once you again, these people are idiots, but yeah, I thought it was really funny, man. I just laughed, man. I was like,
Dude,
wow.
as
And it
a
actually
white
is a
dude-
nice looking shirt. All right.
As
It's
a white
actually a
dude,
nice looking shirt.
as a white dude who does construction in California, who works predominantly with Hispanic people, when you ask for specific hammers, one is orange. Okay, you ask for the orange one. When you ask for the black one, how do you say it? You're going to sound racist. I'm sorry, you just do. Like whatever. What am I supposed to do? Not talk to them in their language? Jesus Christ!
Of course not. Yeah.
Hey, I say,
We're
I
trying to
just
get
thought
worse
it was
done
funny.
over here. No, I just say it. Don't get me wrong. I say it on the job site. I'm not going to say it online, but it's like on the job site. It's like,
Right.
I'm trying to get shit done.
I'm Hispanic. I can say it for you.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
have to
the
hire,
Japanese
I'm gonna
are
have to
overly
hire-
polite.
I'll say it right now.
Angel in my
I'll say-
background, just be like, hey, boom, ask for the hammer. Like,
I'm not going to
Hey,
roll through the.
hey,
I would
I'm
go
gonna say
through
this
the
right now.
thread of this,
I would wear
and I
that
would show
shirt
you
and
guys
so-
everything that they're saying, but it's too much. It's way too hilarious and racist. There's a lot of they're dropping the N word left, right, and center, and it's just like, okay, I would go through and show that,
yeah.
but I'm not going to show it.
yeah,
Go ahead,
wanna
Stacey.
I want to open up the X post.
Right.
Sorry. Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'd say this myself. I would get that. I would get that shirt. I would wear it, and the minute that they come up to like let's say some black person and they get too caught up in their feelings, come up to me, see that shirt, before they even open their mouths, I'm gonna be like, if you have a problem with the shirt, maybe it's time you actually check yourself before you try to yell at
But
me.
see, Stacey, they ain't gonna come up to you and say
Oh,
nothing. They wouldn't say nothing to you if you had that shirt on. You'd be good. It's everybody.
What
else on the panel
you
that-
get-
Oh
what
no,
you gotta
trust
do
me.
is-
you and
Tr-
Angel
trust
would be
me,
straight.
D.
You got to say that to the people
D,
when
D,
I'm
trust
wearing
me.
that shirt. All you guys around me need to say
there are
it
a
to
few
them
black
when I'm
people who
wearing
want to
it.
try and pull that card, like I'm trying to dance for the white man,
Okay,
and I would
got you.
basically make them. I'd really make them feel bad.
Yeah, man. Look, culture, right? It's different
I got no
cultures in the
fucks.
world, man. It's not everybody
Mhm.
is you and not everybody is me. It's like, we got to learn how to, especially when you see how global everything is becoming. You got to, you just got to look at it differently. Real quick, let me hit this super chat for 2. Nestor Panios. I'm ready for is the One Piece, or maybe what I'm ready for is the One Piece remake on Netflix. How you guys feeling about that?
Well, I actually do have a thought on it because I'm looking at it here on AnyList, and what they're listing is the episodes are going to be 43 minutes each, and if that's the case, they could probably get all of the East Blue done in the 7 episodes and have it be coherent.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, if that's the type of pace that they're wanting to do, yeah, this could be really good if you're wanting a more condensed, let's say, abridged, not, the funny abridged, like Team 4-Star finally coming back and doing Yu Yu Hakusho abridged. But
yeah,
this could
something
be
just a little
the
bit
way
more
to do it.
abbreviated. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it.
Brandon,
I guess once it comes
Brandon,
out, I'll go ahead, Stacey.
No, and you're sorry about that, DA. Brandon, I think you're actually right. I think they're actually going to probably get it all in 7 episodes because there's really not that much if you take out all the filler. Because I mean, you had what? You had the first island, then you had the syrup village,
Mhm.
and then you had what was it?
the
The
Barati.
Barati and Lowtown. Yeah, that you probably won't even need that much in first for that.
Yeah, 2 episodes for Arlong Park. They could potentially do Logtown there, although technically that's part of the Alabasta and the Baroque Works arc. But yeah, getting Kobe, going to get Usopp, getting Roronoa Zoro to start with. Yeah, 7 episodes at 43 minutes, assuming a minute and a half opener, maybe a minute of filling in back in. That's still 2.5-ish episodes. It's definitely doable, and I hope they do. I hope that they do streamline it that well. That way, for those who suffer from TikTok brain, could actually enjoy it instead of being bitches.
Agreed. Thank you very much, Nestor Panios. All right, let's move on to this, man. Did you guys see this news, which I found absolutely hilarious? Excuse me. Bandai Namco cites One Punch Man as one of the titles contributing to strong performance in its visual and music unit during fiscal year 2025, strong performance in global rollouts of Legacy Gundam series titles and works such as One Punch Man.
How?
I must have laughed until I realized this is actually worse. The fact that they're naming One Punch Man, the fact that they put that One Punch Man season 3, which we all know was utter dog shit. The fact that they're putting that in with their strong performance with global rollouts and blah, 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 it kind of tells me, it's like, you guys aren't aware of how the fans feel about this, are you? You can't be. Because this was absolutely mocked the entire quarter. Like, you can't be serious right now. But this tells me that Bandai doesn't know how folks are feeling about the works. Some people were watching it to laugh at it, to hate watch it. What do we?
That's why you can't hate watch.
You might be right, Brandon. This is what happens when you hate watch. This was one of the worst reviewed seasons I've ever seen. I have yet to watch it. I probably never will. Yeah, exactly.
Season, the drop in animation was so ridiculous. Like, it's like the first 2, don't get me wrong, like the concept of this show in general is already ridiculous, and it's like, yeah, this guy can just literally one punch people. Like that's already ridiculous, and it's a fun little concept because you see all the other shit he deals with. Yeah, it's just a running joke. But it's like to get to the third season, and it's like that. What becomes the biggest joke of this is your animation department. It was just like, what did you get one punched? Did you get one punched off of your fucking job or something? This is the kind of show where it's like, dude, like AI could overtake your job, and like this is the reason why when people do this kind of shit for your season 3 of a very popular show, whether people like the second season or not, doesn't really matter. But it's like, yeah, if you do this for your next season, you're going to get replaced by AI. You understand that, right? Like AI can literally do a better job than you, because whatever you just did there was terrible. It's like, it's you're doing like the MS Paint version of whatever AI or whatever anime is now. You know, it's like, dude, give me a break. Have you seen, I don't know, Jujutsu Kaisen? Whether you like Jujutsu Kaisen or not, the animation is fantastic. You watch some of these movies and stuff, it's like these things are off the walls with the animation and effects and all this stuff. Like these people are doing great fucking work. And then you throw this out as a season, get out of here. Like just fucking just walk your happy ass. I'd like look at the first episode or even a couple episodes in, like you should see that and be like, oh shit, just walk off your job immediately, because whatever you did was terrible. You don't belong in animation.
It makes me wonder if they mistook the name of One Punch Man to One Frame Man, and for whatever reason no one decided to catch them or say anything different. But when you speak of AI taking over everything and potentially doing a better job, I found this, and this kind of reminds me of it a little bit.
Okay, we got another
as far
clip.
as why AI could take over, because check this out.
Do you want to see my special attack?
Go back in your kitchen, woman.
And they are all natural.
I mean, to be fair, nothing's ever going to be all naturals. All naturals always win.
But yeah, they could have the AI prompt do better than what these guys did. When I saw this, my initial reaction was laughing my ass off because of how stupid it is. But I do think it also goes back to, yeah, if people did hate watch this legally, that still counts. And
yeah,
there's possibly also another side of it that's like, wait a minute, this is One Punch Man. This is a hugely popular thing. We're going to push it no matter what. There could be a bit of that in there too, because it is Bandai Namco. They're not the smartest people on earth either, so...
Very true. Yeah, I think you're right about that part as well. It's one of their bigger titles, and so they're just trying to throw it out there. It's in a quarterly, like fiscal year ending report. They're just throwing names out there, but there's a possibility that they looked at the numbers and they said, "Hey, people actually watched One Punch Man season 3. Let's go ahead and throw that name out there, so people feel good about it." I guess.
I mean,
whatever. But yeah, there wasn't much to the. Go ahead.
Disney does it all the time, though. Like Disney does that same nonsense where they be like, "Oh yeah, the Marvels, it made so much money for us last quarter," but we know in reality, like the movie was a flop. So, it's all about their numbers. Is that to me, what's scary is like they're not thinking as a company for the fans anymore. They're just thinking as a company. So numbers matter to them more right now than anything that a fan is going to say to them. The numbers is going to shine. We don't care what you're going to say. Like you always put up in your little clips, consume content. Just eat it. Just consume it. Just take it.
That's all it is. Yeah, so this was the only thing in this article. Bandai Namco highlighted the One Punch Man's anime strong performance in its latest, I think they meant fiscal year 2025, earnings presentation released May 13. The series didn't feature in the prior year's presentation. Overall, Bandai Namco saw a continued increase in profits from its visual and music segment, which includes anime, up 3.4% from fiscal year 2025. So yeah, basically they're saying, it went up 3.4%. And that's thanks to titles like One Punch Man. That's basically how they.
No, DA, read, go back to the article.
Well, and it also mentions Mobile Suit Gundam. Yeah, name wasn't about to let us get away with not mentioning Gundam.
The penguin had a massive effect on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, but you guys are right, because I feel like this is just executives just trying to gas themselves up for their investors. Like Angel said, Disney does it all the time. Even though it's a flop, they're saying, "Oh my God, this did so well," and they always try to tie it together with something better. Like how the first Captain Marvel was packaged in between Infinity War and Endgame, so that would inflate the numbers. So you're tacking this on alongside Gundam, which saw like $1 billion of revenue, or even more last year, and they're saying, guys, it did so well, guys. Look, One Punch Man, and Brandon's right. Like there's so when it was airing, even though it was just people shitting on it, it was getting so much traction every week on Twitter because of people just clowning on it, talking about it, and they probably use that because I'm starting to see anime companies invest into social media teams to analyze trends, analytics, what users are saying. So that's probably part of their research as well for like why it's doing so well for us, even though critically and as a piece of art, it's like it was a failure.
Yep.
I think that was the
agree,
intention,
man.
because I think what they were trying to do was basically say, hey, we're just gonna see like how many people actually talk about One Punch Man, and then include it in the numbers there. Also, Tony Ilias, you are wrong. You're wrong for doing it, but you're right for saying it. He equated One Punch Man season 3 to the Acolyte in the chat. I was so appalled of that.
There's no way, bro.
No matter how bad One Punch
serious.
Man is,
I'm serious.
it's better than
Oh
that.
my God! No, not the series, but that season. Again, I can't really say how bad or good it is because I haven't watched it. But One Punch season 1 is phenomenal. Season 2, it's a step down. I still enjoy it. I know a lot of people don't, but I was fine with One Punch Man season 2. But I was so pumped up for season 3. I thought, okay, it's going to be a return to form with season 1. And I mean, from day one, all I heard was, "Oh, this is horrible." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I guess I won't be watching this because I want to have." I love Saitama. All right, he's back there on my shelf. I just want to keep that same memory of the Saitama from season 1, which was absolutely amazing.
That can also be a problem when you come out too strong in your first season and everything is let's say relatively perfect, you know. And then it's like, oh my God, everything is going to be a step down. It's like, how do you compare to that? Well, it's like, well, you kind of don't. You got to do another thing. But it's like, so season 2, like you said, is a step down. But season 3, that's not even a step down, man. It's like all of a sudden you put training wheels on this thing, and you like, I don't know what you did, or like, I don't know, did everyone have a concussion in the animation department? Like, what is happening? Like, it's crazy.
They're given
they all suffer the same attack.
They're given an unreasonable deadline. It was the same thing that happened with Blue Lock season 2, which Bandai Namco also were producers on. They gave them an unreasonable deadline because even though they had a lot of time to work on it. Between the first season of Blue Lock and the second season, there was like about a year that they could have done work on, and it felt like when I was watching it, it felt like they only got maximum 3 months to do it. The only good episodes in Blue Lock season 2 were the final 2, and bro, that second episode was horrible. You can literally I could the PowerPoint jokes, like if you were there at that time, you know what I'm talking about. The PowerPoint jokes, like the sliding ball, the PNG.
All right, nobody's watching that show. It's fun.
Exactly, and that, but that's the thing. It's
like cares about volleyball, bro.
You have to start wondering because the executives only care about numbers. They don't care about the art. They don't care about what the fan response is. As long as they're getting numbers, as long as they're getting subscriptions and views, they're satisfied. And this is going to go into like a different topic that we're going to talk about later.
Well, we're about to get to Kadokawa.
Yeah, but
right
it's
after
like, you know, should we like how much stock do we actually put in?
You guys are not wrong on that, but if I could equate season like One Punch Man so far, season 1 was like for a pilot that smooth and perfect takeoff, right? And then season 2 was like, okay, we're gonna go down to a more comfortable height. We can still fly. Season 3, the plane just dropped straight out of the air.
No, season
Crash
3
and burn.
Season 3 is just the average California truck driver that just got handed a license.
That was raw, dude. That was raw.
Oh, that's so.
Hey man, they can totally read. They can definitely read the signs because they're in English. You know, they speak English, right? Right?
Whoa.
Right name? Don't they speak? Jesus.
Bruh.
Oh my god.
Seriously, dude. Like, that was crazy.
Oh my god.
All right, let's move on. This is the big topic, man. Kadokawa's been in the news a lot, haven't they?
Mhm.
We've been talking about them. It seems like over the last like 3-4 every week we got like a Kadokawa topic to discuss. You know, the CEO has been making runs. He was saying, you know, maybe we, you know, committed too much to the isekai genre, and you know, there was that whole conversation. Right now, this guy is talking absolutely crazy. All right, this is on Anime Corner. Kadokawa CEO says there are too many anime and publishing companies, and that the numerous new entrants are making it less profitable. Among other things, he added that solely focusing on animators' pay leads to short-sightedness, and while it may cause controversy, there's a problem of too many companies in the content business. He says way too many anime companies, too many people are trying to make content. This is not good. All right, that's what his argument is. He argues that unifying the back offices of multiple companies would allow creators to focus on creating, citing EA, Electronic Arts, in the United States. That was a big red flag. When this guy is saying EA, it's like, okay, wait a second. You had me at certain points. I'm not necessarily 100% disagreeing with you. Some of the things I kind of do agree with, but I want to open this up to the panel because I think he's making some good points, but then he finishes with one of the dumbest things that he could have possibly said. EA Sports, or not EA Sports, just EA, period. Electronic Arts, one of the worst, like, companies out there when it comes to gobbling up, because what he's talking about is gobbling up smaller companies and bringing them all under his umbrella, right? That's what he wants to do. And, you know, like he says, unifying the back offices of multiple companies. Well, we saw what EA did once they kind of said, oh, well, let's get this company and that company. And then they absolutely, totally ruined everything. So,
Oh man.
I don't know what this guy is thinking, but that was the wrong suggestion. You know, citing Electronic Arts, that was the dumbest move. We see that even with Disney, right? Disney buys up all these various companies. They get Pixar, they get Star Wars, they get Marvel, and then ultimately they run them all into the ground, and it's all trash. That's basically what EA did.
Yeah, you're looking forward to that Fox. You're looking forward to that Disney X-Men.
No, I'm not. All right, I already had a conversation about that. But all right, just open it up to the panel. We're strictly dealing with what Kadokawa's CEO is saying. What do you guys think of this?
Good Lord. All right.
Oh God, here we
I'll
go.
go ahead and start. Yeah. We have seen what EA has become, what they have done to the studios that they did purchase, how they went from having actual creativity to literally making this same thing over and over and over each and every year, asking, demanding $80+ each and every year for a roster update. That is literally all that keeps them going. It's the same problem that Microsoft has painted them into. It's the same problem that Sony has painted themselves into in the gaming industry. Why is the gaming industry in such shit right now? Because of this. For him to come out and say, hey, yeah, we have real problems. We can't make money. There's too many of you little guys out there that are trying to make money, and you're taking away from our piece of the pie. We're going to try and now gobble you up. Yeah, we know exactly how this will play out, and it will not be good. This guy, he's technically not wrong. That's the part that pisses me off. He's not wrong,
Exactly.
but he just had to cite the absolute god-awful worst company on the face of this earth 5 years plus in a row. Why invoke the name of Electronic Arts? So he was worried about his company being taken over. At this point, I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Boot this fool out. He sounds like a complete dumbass at this point. So,
yep,
they'll become Sony's bitch.
Now, I do want to make.
I was willing to defend this. I was willing to defend this guy.
Let me say this. Let me bring it back to what we were just talking about in regards to the amount of anime that we see. All right. There's a lot of anime that we will never watch. Okay, let's just be honest about it. There's a ton of stuff on this list that, you know, if we ever just go all the way down through this list, all of these various titles that are here, there's going to be a lot of anime that we don't watch and we will never watch. And ultimately, what's going to end up happening is there's a level of saturation that the industry is going to have to deal with at some point in time.
Yes.
If you're pumping a lot of content out there, it's going to become overwhelming to a lot of people. Now, I was having this conversation with my son and with my nephew. We were kind of discussing it, and they were like, yeah, but you know, like not everybody's going to watch everything. And it's like, yes, that is true. I'm not going to watch a lot of these, you know, like whatever this is, Kadokawa ni Sundero Elf. I'm never watching this. I don't know what this is. I'm probably never going to see it. But that doesn't mean that resources need to go to every single thing. Because Japan is being stretched thin. Like, I think that's his point. It's like we're stretching our resources too thin. And, you know, the animators are not getting paid. We're pumping a lot of money into a lot of different anime, and people aren't even watching them. And so at some point, and we've been talking about studios global. It's a Studio Kai. You know, they were struggling. You know, studios are losing money. They're going out of business. And, you know, maybe it's a self-correcting problem. Maybe it'll just fix itself with studios starting to collapse some of these smaller ones. But there's like studios like Studio Kai that I don't want to see go under. All right. Because they did a really good job with, what was the name of the one that we were watching at the beginning of the year? Oh, Sentenced to Be a Hero. Like they were doing such a great job. It's like, I don't want to see that studio go under. But if there's like 100 studios out there, and everybody's competing with one another, I think you're going to eventually run into this issue where maybe we need to start consolidating and eating into other studios. But what he's talking about is not what I think is going to be the fix. You don't go the EA route, okay? That's the last thing you want to do.
You never go EA route. Like, that's
No.
crazy to me that he even said EA. But the thing is, like, with the video game industry, they started eating themselves up. And it was just survival of the fittest, to be honest with you, because EA started it. You know what I'm saying? Now 2K does it. 2K is repetitive like them. The thing is, Microsoft started into that, you know, practice, but the new CEO is kind of trying to correct it in some ways. So it depends on who's running the ship. You know what I mean? Because in the beginning of the year, Microsoft was damn near charging $30 a month for their, you know, membership services for unlimited. You know what I mean? Like for ultimate services. Now they just dropped it back down to 22. Because they realized that the customer was upset about the pricing. They listened to the customer. And now they're starting to listen to the customer more, where they're taking out like Call of Duty from their passes. They're changing things. So a company can't eat up certain things and correct it. It just depends on the leadership. You know what I mean? You have to have somebody that knows what they're doing, that cares and listens to the fans, pays attention, and just, you know, subjugate the things correctly based off what the fans are giving them and what the fans are telling them. So it could work. It's rare, but I mean, like I said, I agree, but that's life. It's survival of the fittest, dude. Like, you're never going to keep 100 companies around. You know what I mean? Most of these companies are either going to fail or they're going to eat up the other company. Like, this is, you know, capitalism. That's what it's about. Like,
now he says they're making anime less profitable. And you know, when you have a lot of competition, everybody's trying to cut corners, cut costs, and you start getting sloppy. All right. The animators aren't getting paid what they should get paid. It's like, okay, well, how do I pay my animators more? You know, there's so much competition, but with piracy out there, are they making the amount of money that each studio? Again, we've been talking about it. There are a ton of studios that are losing their ass right now, and they're not going to make it through the year. And yet here we are, you know, this guy saying, hey, this is how you got to fix it. But I just think his example was dumb. That's the main thing. Like, because, you know, again, if you're saying in his position, where did it go? If you're saying, hey, here's what we need to do. We need to unify the back offices of all these companies. All right. So it's like, all right, so, you know, every company has to have what? Has to have a CEO. Every company has to have staff. You know, but besides the animation, all right, they got to have an accountant. They have to have sales. They have to have marketing. They have to have an office space. Every single one of these anime companies needs to have that infrastructure in order to operate. So what he's saying is basically, let's just bring them all together. The problem that we run into when you do that is every time you buy an anime company up or you buy it out, what does that mean? We just spent money.
Downsizing.
That's the first thing, downsizing, which is why he's saying, hey, we will save costs by downsizing. We'll combine some of these redundant jobs, say, hey man, I don't need a secretary. We could use our secretary to do all the secretary work, or our office staff can handle all of the stuff, like Kadokawa, for instance, and say they buy a smaller studio. You guys just get folded in here, and now maybe that opens up more money, right, for the animators. All right, that's good. But here's the problem. Now you have to make money. And what are these studios doing? Just like what we saw with Disney, just like we saw with EA, we're only going to focus on the most popular titles, the biggest IP, because we got to make this sale or this purchase of this company. We got to make it work. All right. We got to make sure that this turns into money. Otherwise, we're not going to lose. We're not going to be as risky, in other words, right? We're not going to be risk takers. We're going to be very, very conservative. And that's where anime, it cannot survive being conservative. We can't just see a whole bunch of Demon Slayer and a whole bunch of JJK and a whole bunch of My Hero. I need the variety of anime that makes anime special. And so that's the problem. That's the flip side of this. And that's exactly what happened with EA.
And on the topic of downsizing, you're talking about like killing whole teams, because all these different animation companies, they have their own staff. And we've talked about Japan in the past as a bastion of cultivating new young talent. In the actors field, in the animators field, that's going to be one of the big losses, because like you said, they talk about, we can't pay our animators enough. So what they're going to do is they're going to cut a lot of animation jobs. And that's already a bad thing, because I'll give you an example. Studio Bones, they already segment their animation teams into like their A team. This is like, prime time. This is their dream team. And then they have a B team, C team, whatever. They had the A team working on Gachi Yakuza. They had the B team working on Vigilantes. So when you fold it into a different company, they're like, we already have our own B team, or like, we'll take the A team from this company and make it the new B team. And then the B team from the acquired company gets let go. So that's a whole generation of talent that's going to be lost to the ether. And it's also each studio, I know there's overlap because they all contribute to one another in some sort of way, but they each have their own distinct style. Like you go to like, Studio Trigger for their style. You go to Madhouse for their style. You go to MAPPA for their style. You go to UFO Table for their style. They have their own like in-house style that they're used to. And if you start consolidating, taking that away, they're probably gonna have to like pick and choose, because they're all gonna be working. There's not gonna be enough time to train like new recruits. Like, okay, here's how I got my start. They're all gonna be working. So it's just, you're gonna be throwing more people to the wolves. And then they're not going to see the quality. You're like, all right, you get let go. So it's just going to become more of a, if you aren't already established, like, they're probably not going to hire you because of what they're demanding once they start downsizing.
Yeah, the downsizing, again, I think from the standpoint of, hey, we don't need an HR team for every little tiny small studio. We can combine some of that work. And I think that would probably be the best way to go about it, is just combine some of those studios under like maybe a management company of some sort, just to manage the day-to-day operations of a studio, but leave the animators alone and allow everybody to do what it is that they're doing, because that's what we really care about. We don't really care about, all right, did you turn in your reports? And did you, like that stuff is like, all right, fine, we get it. But infrastructure is where they could save money. But to Name's point, they're going to end up downsizing the animators as well. And then we're all going to lose out, because they're just going to focus on the top tier titles. And those are the ones that are going to get all the action. And everybody's just going to kind of gravitate towards those, But anyway, I want to hear from other people. You guys chime in wherever.
Yeah.
Well, none of these companies want to hear this, but they need to hear something like this, which is all you people at the top of whatever companies you're at, you all need a pay decrease, because for one, you're not the ones out there producing this shit. You're not the ones actually on the front lines doing all this shit. If all you, I mean, let's say not just the CEOs, but anyone, I don't know, 5 tiers above the animators or whatever, it's like, because these companies are massive. So it's like those people way up there, if you took a pay decrease in the long run, you'll actually still make your money back. You will, but you'll also supply all these other families with, or like these other people and their families and everything, with the money that you actually need to survive, to actually want to come to work, want to work harder, want to do better, whatever. And they're you'll actually increase the possibility of these people, or like in their minds at least, to achieve higher status or whatever. But all these people, like, let's be honest, like once these studios get so high or whatever, there's so many fucking greedy people where it's like, oh well, I need my 42 million, or I need my $20 million paycheck. Of course I do, right? I deserve it. It's like, no, you don't. You could have fed like you could have fed your whole company. Like,
this dude's not making $42 million.
no. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know
like,
what you mean, but like, I don't think any CEO of any anime studio is making that kind of bread.
Maybe not
most
anime,
of these guys
but
are probably working for the love of the game to a certain degree.
No, not the people working. I'm talking about the people above them who all of a sudden like, oh, I oversee all this stuff. Those guys get a fucking ridiculous paycheck because, hey, I kept all this going, right? They get a $10-12 million. But if it's like, well, what if you only got 2 million and that other 8 went to the whole studio? Like, it's like, do you need it? Of course you don't. Like, like these people are just sitting on this stuff, and it's like, it would make everybody's lives happier. What's the biggest complaint? Like, if you work at a regular job in general, money. Like, the only reason you don't work harder, you don't work it's always money. It's always money. And the biggest,
money's the thing that keeps it moving.
It's the biggest. It's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
it's the biggest thing. It's like, hey, why aren't you working hard? Why aren't you doing this? Well, you're not paying me enough, dude. I'm not going to do this. So it's like, it's the same thing with these animators and stuff like that. I'm not going to work harder. I'm not going to do better. Like, and then, cut the top people a little away, because like, sure, they're just talking to people. Have you seen, like, come on, dude. We've all been in jobs where it's like, you just see your boss on the phone all day. It's like, that's your job. You're just talking to people. Sure, they're kind of like, I'm making moves. No, you're not. Half the time you're just bullshitting with these people. It's the same thing with all these other studios and all this stuff, dude. It's like, it's a bunch of people bullshitting.
You got to pay it. Listen, but you do have to pay a CEO something to run a studio and to run a company. Well, I mean, sure. How many people can run a company? Can run a large company? How many people can run a big, large company? And be, like, like how many human beings like that exist on this planet? It's not as hard as I can't do it. I don't think anybody on this panel can say, oh yeah, I could run like Disney, or I could run, like, how many people can run and do that job and do it to the effect where your shareholders are the ones that are coming to you and saying, hey, pay up. I'm not saying that CEOs need to make the money that they're making, but I'm saying you got to pay them something to entice them to do the job. Otherwise, they'll just say, fuck it, I'll just go and do something else with my time. I'm not going to sit here.
I'm in agreement.
I know you agree. I'm just saying, I'm making that additional point. Because Rockefeller is calling everybody communist, so I just wanted to make that additional point. You got to pay the CEOs. You do have to pay people. Yeah, you do have to pay CEOs what they're worth. Otherwise, they'll about to deport
him into just regular status. He's gonna lose.
But the point of this is not class warfare. It's anime and the anime industry, and how do we keep this thing from going under? Like, again, we're going to talk about piracy again in a little bit, but there's so many issues right now. It's going global. You got Netflix and other big time companies sniffing around looking for, hey man, I want to start, getting some anime going. And when these companies are not making money, and I've been saying this every single week, and people are just kind of moving past this point. When these companies are not making money, when these anime studios are not making money, you're going to see more Netflix MAPPA deals, because MAPPA's made a deal, with the devil. All right. It's like Lando Calrissian making a deal with the Empire to keep him out of Cloud City. All right. I got to do it. You might not like it, but I got to make a deal with the devil in order to keep food on the table and people in front. So Netflix is coming in, waving around a whole lot of bread. And they're coming after anime. And they're not the only ones. Amazon is starting to sniff around too. And so if people are just saying, let's not think about that. I'm telling you, this is the next big battle that anime fans are going to be fighting in the next 3 to 5 years, is that globalization. These studios are not making money. This guy, and again, I think he's stupid to invoke EA Electronic Arts, but his point is valid. It's like, if we're not making money, we're just going to start dealing with the people that got the money.
But I mean, even the reason that I went off on my little tie right there is like it's more just like it's going to be the monopolization of all these companies. You're going to see all these companies that are from Japan, whatever, like they're going to start consolidating into one big conglomerative thing, and that's a problem. Like the more things monopolize, it's going to be even worse. Everything's going to be fucking super like
and
it's going to be
either
more,
it stays in Japan or the West takes it over. That's kind of the overall point.
But
It
this
stays
is
in
kind of
Japan,
argument,
and
though.
these guys fix it.
The way to stay companies and the way to make people not want to, hey, let's all vote together and we all join something else, is to literally pay these people a little bit more money, and they're like, no, we want to be our own company, fuck them. But if the other
most anime studios
offering
operate
more, then
Look, most anime studios operate on thin profit margins, 5 to 10%, and don't own their IP. The real money goes to production committees, publishers, toy companies, streaming platforms, not the studios. Exactly.
Yes.
They don't make the money that people might think they're making. And so the Kadokawa CEO, he's the publisher, all right? He's the big dog, all right? He's the manga publisher.
They don't until the end of the year. Until the end of the year, you hear, oh, so and so made $30 million or whatever. I'm not saying
you
anime.
Think I'm curious.
No.
I want to actually.
I'm not actually saying like.
Well, we're talking anime. We're not talking like Bob Iger or anybody. We're talking about anime. No, but we're talking about this guy.
You always hear that. You always hear this where it's like, hey, so and so of whatever company got $10 million, $5 million, whatever it is. It's more than the people who are making the product by a long shot.
Sure.
And it's like, hey, if I only got half of that, you would still get a fucking large check, and all those other people would get an extra like $10,000. Like,
so this
you don't think that would make your whole company
$4 million? So this guy has a net worth of $4 million.
Look, I'm just saying. I'm
just saying. I'm trying to keep it on. I'm trying to talk about anime. I don't want to talk about CEOs and their like balloon payments that they are getting and all of that. Like, I'm just talking about the anime industry. The issue is not that this guy is making his net worth. It's not even his salary. It's his net worth. It's $4 million. That's not the issue. The issue is what he's saying true? And what is the fix to this? That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to circle it back to the actual conversation, not to shoot down what you're saying, Cyfax, but we got to circle it back to the actual conversation, because the ultimate thing is this guy can say, hey, take all my money. $4 million ain't going to do shit for this anime, industry. Even if we poured it all back into that, it's not $4 million ain't shit. You feel what I'm saying? It's not that much money. It's not like this guy is cleaning up.
It's crazy.
That's not the problem. That's not what this is. This is not what that problem is. That's my point.
At the end of the day,
they need a better structure. Like, these companies really need a better structure. Yeah, and I agree with that too. But they need a better structure. They need, like DA said, maybe a good management company could come in and be able to clean up their accounting, clean up, as far as the funding, where it's allocated to correctly. Maybe these companies are not doing it correctly in regards to the money management. And then plus, sometimes when a company does fail, like let's say 2 good animation companies fail, they made good animation, but they just didn't do well regarding funds and things like that. Sometimes you have those companies come together and make something better. That's the good thing about it, and the end about it too. Like, you have 2 good, like the writers will come together, the animation team from 2 good companies come together, create something better, something bigger. So that's the positive net of it in my aspect. Like, I mean, things may die, but sometimes you get something better out of it, and something bigger could grow from it. So, like those animation, those animators need jobs, and sometimes to let go of good animators in the end, so those companies realize, hey, the content is not as good as it used to be. The quality is not as good as it used to be. And to me, in regards to the fans, we are looking for the quality first. We don't give, the storyline may not be that great, but if the quality of the show looks good and is enticing us to keep watching it, I mean, that's the win for us. But hey, maybe I'm just
you want the quality to be top, and that's where he was saying, I think, hey, if we consolidate all of these studios under one umbrella, we don't have 10 HR departments, 10, sales teams, 10 marketing teams that we all had to pay. Each one of these small studios. This is Studio Kai that we were talking about, and they were insolvent. All right. So that means that they can't pay their bills. This is the kind of stuff that all of these little tiny studios are running into. And so what Kadokawa is saying, again, I am not agreeing that we need to do this, but he is saying that is a solution. But I see the other side of it, which is, you're just going to become super focused on big IP, and we won't get sentenced to be a hero. I don't think we get sentenced to be a hero unless somebody like Studio Kai is doing this. But Studio Kai is going insolvent, making sentenced to be a hero because they got to pay a president. They got to pay the staff. They got to pay a janitor. They got to pay the infrastructure for a building to keep that going. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of that going on as well. So I'm trying to figure it out. I don't have an answer. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, that's his position. And whereas he's stupid to bring up and evoke EA, he's absolutely an idiot to do that. This is kind of where it's going if you don't, I don't know. Thoughts? Any other thoughts on it? Name, you had sent me something you wanted me to look up and bring up.
I have to agree with Brandon.
I don't want to burn people's ears.
I have to agree with Brandon. It's basically like.
Wait. Let Stacy go. Go ahead, Stacy. We haven't heard from you.
Just shouldn't have I like I said, I just agree with Brandon. He was right on everything. He just should not have mentioned EA.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Name.
It should be in the chat. Do you still have it, or do you want?
Yeah. I got it. I got it right here. This is what you sent me, right?
Click on that. Look at that.
All right. So what is this? Kadokawa. Oh, this is 2021. Mm-hmm. Sparks debate after announcing plans to make 40 anime a year. Yeah.
I mean, bro, they're making unnecessary demands out of their own company, and I understand why he wants to consolidate. He needs the manpower. 40 anime a year, that's crazy. Like, you think about it, like, that's 10 a season. So, and if it's all under one banner, that's all money for them. But I think we saw the same. What was that other company? Was it Toei? I forgot what, or Toho.
It was Toei,
Toei or Toho. They wanted to do that too, and that's
it was Toho. You're right. It was Toho.
It's a huge ask, and like you guys been saying, I understand his position from like a business perspective. You want to consolidate so you can get better efficiency, so you can maximize profit, but at the same time, it will be a huge detriment to the actual like entertainment and like creative side, like you guys have been saying. You're not going to get Sentence. You're not going to get Tojima wants to be a common writer. Like a lot of these lesser known shows, and that's another question you have to start asking. Are they going to start going by international metrics? Because Demon Slayer makes way more money than a lot of these other shows. Because
they are going to go by international.
Because like,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Conan and Gundam, they're big internationally, but once you get a taste of that international money, it does. Japan, like Japanese yen doesn't compare, so they're gonna start pivoting to Chainsaw Man, to Jujutsu Kaisen, to Demon Slayer, all these like the big shonen ones. Let's just call it that, And a lot of the other shows will start to die out, or they're just
non-creatives have no idea how creatives work, man. And like, if you're focused on one thing, you can focus on that one thing, but you can't focus on 40 goddamn things and try to be creative in 40 different options. Or like, let's just say you're one person, you're put to 3 different things, 4 different things, dude, you're going to be spread so thin. And you do that to 50 people who are all creative and everyone has a different vision, you're going to get a mess. It's just going to be a giant fucking mess. And so it's like, dude, focus on 1 to maybe 2 things, and then you put each person on that thing. Like, just go work a regular job at all that has to do with sorting anything, and that still gets messed up. It could be like put the freaking item in the right box that has the number, and it's like, oh shit, I still read it wrong. It's like those people still mess up. These people that are doing creative things that it has like colors and all this other crazy shit, dude, it's gonna get messed up, man. It's gonna all this to spread them so thin. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, reading
So-
this as someone in a different field, I'm just like, this
Yeah.
is retarded. Like, to me, it's retarded.
It doesn't make sense, right? Like, why do we need 40 anime
No.
a year? Well, we don't. But here's the
Dumb.
question: when anime is global and everybody's demanding anime, right? There's a big desire. Oh, it's all over the world. It's not just here in the United States. Okay, it's in Europe, it's in India, it's in Africa, it's everywhere you can go. People are begging and asking for more and more anime. There's going to be this like, okay, how do we, supply and demand, right? The demand is there. Who's going to meet the supply? And some company's going to figure it out, or it will be Netflix. Okay, that's what's going to happen. Either somebody's going to figure out how to figure this, solve for this problem, or Netflix will do it. And Netflix has the money, they have the resources, and they can just throw money at a bunch of animators, and they can say, hey, man, you guys, hey, this little set of animators, you don't have to draw like 10 anime. You just got to draw one. And they'll say, oh, great. But we control it. We are the ones that tell you what to make, how to adapt this manga, how to do this, this, and this, and this. It's going to be the money. So we're at this crossroads right now. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Is Japan going to keep a hold of their own properties, or are they going to sell it to turn it into money? But by doing so, it's going to lose because Netflix is going to be the one running it.
Yeah, that's a difficult question to answer because as a lot of people, like if you try to get into the entertainment industry and you talk to people, they'll say like, if you're going into it for money, you're going into it with the wrong mindset because you absolutely make no money in the entertainment industry. Like not everyone's going to be cream of the crop, like 1%. So, and that's like, the love of the game is the thing that carries you, but it can only carry you so hard because you're going to kill yourself if you're only working, if you're doing that and you're working for pennies, which is the problem that they're running into. And that's why, like you said, DA, they're going to start making deals with the devil because they're like, look, I love making anime. I love working on these passion projects, but I can only do that for so long. I need to work on a Demon Slayer or a Chainsaw Man to feed my family, bro. Like,
yeah. That's the problem. It's not I don't know, man. It's not an easy solution. There's no right answer. The only answer I want is the one that doesn't hurt, it doesn't hurt the anime industry. But it's like you can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. It feels like that type of situation where who's going to lose? Is it going to be the fans? Is it going to be? I don't think the fans are even in there. I don't even think they care about the fans. I think they're focused on how much money can we make and how many titles can we adapt and how much stuff can we push out there to sell to these, anime guys. But I don't think they care at all whether we're happy, whether we like it. Look, they just got through citing One Punch Man. Even the Japanese studio, they're citing One Punch Man as success. Hey, it helped us be successful. Go One Punch Man, Bandai Namco. And it's like, bro, that season was trash. They don't care. As long as their numbers are going in the right direction, they don't give a damn. And so this is the kind of stuff. And again, Netflix. I guarantee you, MAPPA will not be the only studio that they make a deal with. I guarantee this isn't the only studio that they're making a deal with. Anyway, final thoughts.
I think this could actually be like
they're
what
all
they need
gonna
to do is
fail.
find the proper. They need to find the proper balance between passion and management. If they can find that, then they're gonna survive. But if they go too far too quickly in any direction, they hurt themselves.
Well, from what it
Yep.
looks like, they've already done that. So he said they wanted to do 40 a year back in 21. They're, all of them combined are doing way more than that. So
yeah, and talking like like poor manpower and like all the workers like wages aside, 40 anime a year, I wouldn't mind that. But are we talking 40 unique different anime? Are we talking like 20 of them are isekai, 10 of them are shonen? Like that's the problem. Like that's something that they were citing in a lot of the quote tweets. Like they're saying you were the ones, Kadokawa, you guys were the ones that oversaturated the market with isekai. That's why the market has been like. So that's why it's like a bubble. It's like a bubble that burst because it was popular back then when there was just a few, like Sword Art Online. That was the big one, and then now everyone's doing an isekai. Like Like if you just go to like the seasonal anime, you scroll down the list, you're bound to find something that says, "Oh, I reincarnated and became the strongest after I got kicked out of the army." Like,
yep.
Every season you've got something like that, and that's the problem, because you're making like, and you know that on the creative side, like, you know, whether that's like right or not to cut because of like, you know, how much of it's like redundant versus like how much of it like once in a while is someone going to have a novelty, a unique idea that puts a unique spin on that.
Correct.
And that's the kind of stuff there's no easy answer for this, man. It's like,
and Kanyo, I don't think he's saying I don't want any competition at all. I think he's saying there's way too much competition to the point where the market is saturated with a lot of anime and nobody's making any money. Now, it's again, if you only have so much, like, I don't know, there's only so much anime that a single person can watch. So that's basically what he's saying. Nobody's making any money. And then my point is, if they're not making the money, if these studios keep going insolvent and they keep losing money, eventually they're just going to sell out to the West. And then everybody's going to be like, well, why did they sell out to the West? And then we're going to talk about piracy. But anyway,
we're going to talk about being monopolized. Like that's what's going to happen. It's all going to get consolidated into 1 or 2 to 3 companies, and then all of a sudden it's like, why does everything look the same? Why does that, like, it's like our entertainment app in the West. Everything kind of looks the same. You're like, what the hell is this? So when you get these random things that actually look a little different, you're just like, wow, that actually stands out. Wow, that's great. Good job.
Hold up. Before we move on that point, Cyphex, hold on. I sent it to the
Go for
the X chat, the Twitter chat, but let me send it right here. Hold up. This is what Cyphex talking about. This is what's gonna happen if we all consolidate into one studio.
It's all gonna become
Tomb Raider King anime.
Bro, that's your solo leveling season 3 right there, boys.
Oh man.
Let me see. What do we got?
That's solo leveling season 3. Y'all been asking for. Here we go.
This is it. So, Tomb Raider King anime set to premiere in Japan on July 8th.
What are you talking about, D8? That's solo leveling season 3. That's Jinwoo right there, bro.
Jeez.
Everything looks the same, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like just carbon copies of everything. There was like a I don't know. I wish I could find that meme. There was a meme of somebody that basically said every main character in anime looks like Kirito from Sword Art Online, and I was like, and then they showed like
they're kind of right.
Different...
I saw that one too, and they're kind of right.
Yeah, they were right. And then we talked, and then we brought it back because then it was like the one that we were watching. Man, what is it? Was it Classless Hero? I can't remember. One of the ones we were watching. We were talking like,
it was
bro,
part
like
Jack of all trades party.
Jack of all trades. Yeah, Jack of all trades. Like, bro, you look just like Kirito.
There was something mentioned.
Man,
there was something mentioned here in the chat from Alpha Omega. He specifically says that we have to keep in mind that Japan uses what's called Rhine capitalism, aka collective capitalism, which relies heavily on cooperative networks of banks and corporations rather than open market competition. That explains the Kadokawa CEO's mindset more now. That does make more sense. And I still stand by my thing. Had he just not mentioned EA, then this wouldn't be. This would have gone nowhere.
That would have been a lot smoother. It would have been a lot smoother if he just didn't evoke the wrong company. All right, because and look, also keep in mind that, you know, in Japan things are really hard right now. The yen is it's so weak. The yen is super weak, and because of that compounds all the issues that they're having. So it's like, oh yeah, we're having trouble with anime, and we're having trouble, you know, making money, and these smaller studios aren't being profitable and they're going under. Now times 10, because just a company in the United States having that problem might be able to skate through. But when the yen is so weak and your market is global, that means you're selling outside your market. It's a rough go, man. It's a rough go, man. Everybody's buying your shit.
What DA isn't saying is, you know, travel to Japan and you're gonna have a good time. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
especially
man.
if you're
Look,
of,
it's cheap out
white
there, bro.
complexion. I'm gonna have a good time out there. No, like,
Yeah, but
Everybody,
I think
thank you very.
there's also funny irony because we talked about the idea of the Americans, the West wanting J cred, but now you also have to think about these companies. These Japanese companies are idealizing, Hollywood and the West. Like they have this idea of it, like, and maybe it's tied to like the idea of the yen being weaker than the dollar, but they're looking at all these like Hollywood companies. They're looking at all these Western companies, like, oh, they're making some good moves. We should follow them. Like they probably he probably got this big idea from the Warner Paramount merger. He's like, oh, they did a big merger. Why don't we try it? Like, so I think it's just ironic that both sides, the West and the East, they're looking to each other for inspiration, but they're taking the absolute wrong ideas from it.
I agree. Everybody, that was a great conversation. Thanks for everybody's input. Nobody's right or wrong. I just, I just don't know how to fix it. And I wish we did. I wish we could fix this so that anime didn't crumble, which I see the future coming. And this might have something to do with it. All right. Let's talk about this. Toei Animation Senior Managing Director Kichiro Yamada states anti-piracy measures are necessary for overseas legitimate licensing sales, adding that government support is needed to help protect anime rights internationally. The comments were made during the symposium on the sustainable development of Japan's anime industry held at Japan's House of Representatives, focused on overseas expansion and global growth strategies for the anime industry. We've heard all about how piracy basically is killing the game out there in Japan. And now they are begging for the government's help. They're basically going to the government now. You guys got to help us out, man. All right. You guys got to help us out. Government support is needed to help protect anime rights internationally. How does this go now? All right. Is Japan's government going to jump in and start trying to, really like crack down? We've heard a lot about, Japan's government doing a lot of work, cracking down on piracy. But now these guys are coming directly to them. Okay. And they're saying, hey, you want to develop this anime industry? It's one of the best things we got going right now for our country. Hey, you got to protect this, man. So where do y'all see this going?
Man, oh man. One thing that you don't want to start doing is messing around with the government or needing to have them try to be your sledgehammer. That never ends well, for one. Two, this is straight up a service problem. It always is a service problem.
Yep.
There's a reason why Gabe literally has to do nothing and they win, is because their service on their platform works for the most part better than any other alternative. That's the single biggest problem. At least for us outside of Japan, there are too many streamers. There's too much fragmentation, and the quality is not there with the translations. We know that it's a big problem. Hence why fan dubbing exists, fan subbing exists. Why all the pirate sites have always been so popular and the first choice, because the product is better. Now, having said that, if they want to solve this problem, they've got to figure out the service problem. The service problem is how many places you have to go to get all this. Can we get this legally? Because if we can get it legally and it doesn't suck, fine. It's not a problem of paying, a streaming service, a few dollars to do that. Or even if you could get a physical release for a reasonable price. The problem is those two things are not... Physical is too expensive. Trying to collect this even on a first release is just too much money. It costs way too much. But they got to get there. They got to basically break free of Crunchyroll. If they can break Crunchyroll and maybe even break Netflix, then maybe it stands a chance. But as it stands right now, I don't foresee any type of change with better quality or the government of Japan being able to do much of anything. Because all they're going to do is just keep pissing off the people in places in other countries that maybe they're friendly with, but their piracy is just going to go completely rampant. It's not going to stop it. They've got to get a better service for how to get this distributed outside of Japan. Because, you know, in Japan itself, they broadcast this on TV. That's the primary method. My understanding is that's still the primary method for watching anime, is broadcast TV. Outside of Japan, it is not. Broadcast TV is more niche or niche in comparison to what it used to be. So they either have to get a singular or really whittle it down, and or if they don't whittle down how many places actually carry it, make sure that the places that are carrying it aren't screwing it up. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah, they're moving very slow on that. I completely agree. I mean, that's the reason why Crunchyroll continues to hold sway with the anime industry, is because they really don't have any competition, you know, that's on that same level. You know, maybe Netflix, but then do you want Netflix to be the, you know, it's like, you know, pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? Again, I feel like this is, again, another issue that comes from global growth, because the globalization of anime, like if you go back 20 years, none of this shit was a problem. Okay. They weren't begging for 40 anime from one single studio, or nobody was demanding it like that. But when the demand increases, then you start to see some of the problems when you expand. And this is one of the biggest problems, in my opinion. And the fact that they're saying they're losing money now, whether you think they're losing money or I think they're losing money. All right. Japan reported $38 billion in losses from anime, manga, and game piracy. So, you know, they combined it all together, but anime is one of the items in that mix. So how do you keep anime from losing all of this damn money? Like, what do? You know, they're going to the government for help. They're basically saying, help us, government, please, daddy government, save us, because the pirates, you know, they're stealing our money, you know. And it's like, the Japan government says, yeah, they are stealing your money. What happens next? Name. And then Cyfax after that.
I mean, like Brandon said, it is a service issue. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, you just brought up the anime wasn't as big as it is today, like 10, 20 years ago. So even though there was piracy going around, of course, but I guess it was at the point where they're like, okay, we'll let it slide because we can you're kind of bringing in DVD sales, you're kind of bringing in merch sales, but now that it's blown up to the point where it's on a completely different level, this is something they can't ignore. And I know you guys don't like me talking about it, but Tokusatsu, that thing it's near impossible to get the current seasons in the West because there's no legal way to do it. Until recently, Kamen Rider, they started broadcasting the current season globally, and now, you know, we don't have to pirate for it. They have it on their YouTube channel for free. We can watch it every week. And they're starting to do the same with some of their older series. And I know they already have the physicals, but like Brandon said, it's expensive collecting physical, and the physical print for Tokusatsu is several seasons behind. And you know, that's the problem with EA. Everyone wants to watch the new shiny thing. They don't want to go back and watch the classics because they want to be in the know. They want to be in the conversation. You know, we talk about this whole tourism conversation. And I think, like you said, you're never going to completely erase piracy, because some people just do it because they just never want to pay for it, anything in their life. Sure. They're just going to keep pirating because that's what they're used to, or like they just have some vendetta against big companies. You know how the commies are. But I think that's like, you know, before Netflix, you know, was started going crazy with the content. Like at some point, all the studios were going to Netflix. Like they had Disney, they had Warner Brothers. And then when the pandemic happened, everyone wanted their own streaming platform. But before, Netflix was close to acquiring pretty much, it wasn't a complete monopoly, but it was pretty much a soft monopoly because everyone was just defaulting to Netflix because it was just the most convenient. Yeah. I think if you can do that, you know, if all these studios, because, you know, like the chat was talking about, they sort of had like this collective like agreement where they're willing to cooperate with one another to get things moving. If they can somehow find some way to do that, and I don't think it's going to be possible because, you know, once you do that, they're going to be starting like, okay, who gets what portion of the money? Because, you know, Kojima is not bringing in Demon Slayer levels of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the show, but it's not bringing in. So it's like, is UFO Table going to get the lion's share of like the United Streamers Alliance, you know, profits? And like, you know, Studio Kai, or like who did? Oh yeah, Lead-In Films. Is Lead-In Films going to get like this little chunk because that's proportionate to what Tojima contributed? in the grand scheme of things. And it's just a lot of questions that you have to ask. And yeah, it's not another question. It's another question with no easy answers.
Hey, gotta hit the restroom. Keep talking, guys. I'll be right back. Cyfax, you're up.
Well, I'm up. I mean, my opinion on a lot of this is, look, the first company, and this actually applies to, well, many industries in general. The first company that all of a sudden says, hey, we're actually dropping something by $1 is going to be the one that actually succeeds the most. And all it's going to take is for one of these companies, anime, food, whatever you're looking at, is like, hey, actually, we're going down. Like, you know what? We're just gonna give you that. The first one that does that is all of a sudden gonna explode, because all of a sudden, you know, hundreds of millions of people will go there. And it's like, well, shit. Like now you just transferred, you know, this enormous amount of wealth onto this company, because they're like, hey, you saved us $1. And all you need to do is that. All you need to do is be the first company to do that, whether it's anime, whatever. But anime, same difference. Whether you do it that way and it's 5 million people, whatever, ta-da! All of a sudden you're gonna transfer it over. This seems, I don't know. For me, it seems like a simple thing, and it's like, wow, that sounds like a degrade to all of us. But no, it's not. All of a sudden, your company's wealth is going to go up by like tenfold in a matter of one night. You know, it's like, it's the first company to actually do one of these things, that to do a drastic change is going to be the one that's going to benefit the most. Like, that's all they need to do. There's like, I don't know. I don't think that sounds unreasonable. But it's like the first one that does it is going to be the one to do it, or like the first one to benefit from it. But okay. That's all I got to say about it, because I don't know. Anytime people are talking about money and the way that these companies are using it, I just think they're doing it wrong. They're not utilizing it right.
Well, the government is going to step in for that. I mean, for Japan, they're going to be able to step in and do something, because they're going to want some sort of.
They're
control.
doing it wrong. They're still doing it wrong.
They are, but what I'm saying is that Japan's government is going to bite on this to have some sort of control and some sort of revenue, because like DA is saying, they're not making any money as far as the country is. They're losing out on money. So for them to be able to lock content down, to be able to control the flow of the content, the flow of the money, that's going to benefit the government. So I don't see any reason why they're not going to step in and try to do something. Now,
well, they want more money towards their government. They drop it by $1, and all of a sudden they have 100 million new people that are like, hey, $9 is more reasonable than 10. Like, ta-da! Yeah. All of a sudden your government has, I don't know, $100 million coming in monthly. Like, ta-da!
And the
what
thing
a concept!
Is, technology,
how crazy!
Yeah, technology now is like crazy, dude. Like, people could be able to really get around anything. Streaming wise, like I damn near popped up an app today that was showing all the movies that's in the theaters right now, clear format, everything. I'm sitting here like, what the hell? The only thing I had to deal with is pop-ups, and some people don't even mind a pop-up here and there just to get free content. You know what I mean? So it's like,
well,
you have to
if they do it right, or if you're on the right site, you only got to deal with them before the movie starts, and then it just plays.
Yeah. And it does. That's what I'm saying. Like some people don't mind it to sit there for 5 minutes, look at
like
a pop-up ad, and then just watch whatever they want to watch. So the government has to step in some way and try to make some money off of this, because everybody is losing. They have to
also
be able
can we talk about, like, I don't know, the pop-up ads on stupid shit like Hulu and all this stuff, where they're like, hey, buy this $30,000 car. Look, anybody that's watching a free ad or like an ad on an app, whatever, nobody's buying your shit. These are all people who can't even afford to not have your ads there. They're not trying to go out of their way to have a $30,000 debt in your car. What are you doing? Are you retarded? Like these people are dumb as shit. No. The only ads that work at all is food. Food ads work, because you're like, you know what? a double does sound good right now. You know, and you're like,
I'm
okay,
sorry,
cool.
facts.
You know,
But somebody in Thousand Oaks, California, looking at a nice car ad is like, come on, dear, we're gonna go get that
Nah,
Buick. Let's just
you
go
know,
get
you
the
know,
Buick.
you know who's doing it. It's either old women of doesn't matter their race, and then there's well, let's just say a bunch of it's liberals. I'm sorry, it's fucking liberals, dude. They're the only ones doing it. They're not smart enough to just go off like Facebook Marketplace, and which is not great at the. Don't get me wrong, it's not amazing, but I don't know. I got a pretty nice Camaro for 4,000. So you know what? You can all go off. Like,
I am
EA
sad
came
that
back
their
to
video
EA
games are
came back
getting
to some
pirated,
fucking
though.
Camaro talk, bro. He's like, where the fuck?
I don't
did
even
the
know what y'all
anime go?
talking about. Y'all just hit
no,
y'all
we're
off the
just talking. We're
reservation.
talking about bullshit. I got it for nothing. But,
Got it. All right, but yeah, like I just think the piracy is just going to continue to be a conversation. I mean, we can talk about it to the
Of
end
course.
of time, and I don't think they're going to fix it. And I don't think the Japanese government is going to fix it. So it is what it is. All right, it is what it is. All right, let's go to before we do our picks, all right, for the summer. Or actually, let's do the summer first. All right, let's go ahead. Let's talk about what we're
right.
going to watch this summer. Brandon, get your list ready. And I'm going to pull up my anime list because that's what we like watching. And I will go through. This is what I've picked out so far. Okay. So, Tanya the Evil 2 drops July. I loved the first. I think it's just 2 seasons. Right? It's 2 seasons.
One
right?
season in a movie.
One
And
season
OVA.
in a movie. Okay. Loved it. Awesome.
Oh, yes.
Tanya the Evil is excellent. So I plan to watch that. I don't know enough about Mushoku Tensei.
Wait,
I've
hold on.
heard good things.
Hold on. Time out.
Uh-oh.
Are you telling me you have not watched Mushoku Tensei?
I am telling you that.
Somebody drop this man $100 so he will watch Mushoku Tensei and binge the shit out of that. This is one of those shows. You want to talk about the peak, the top, the cream of the crop
Really?
when it goes to isekai.
I'm telling you right now. I
hyping
can
it
tell
up,
by.
man. I don't know.
I'm telling you by the rest of the audience here, which is the panel. Nobody's watched that. Nobody reacted to that at all.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Mushoku Tensei is the best by far. The best. Isekai.
I actually
You've seen an episode.
I have actually watched Mushoku and to tell you the truth, it is like probably one of the best isekais in recent years, but it's not one of my favorites. But Brandon's actually right on the nose on this one.
Okay. All right. Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War over here. Absolutely gonna watch that. I don't know why it wasn't added to the list already, but I will put that to plan to watch. All right. So there's that. Trapped in a Dating Sim. I don't think so.
I saw
I
the
don't
first
think
episode of that a few years ago. It's a guy that basically is stuck in an Otomo game. He's just wanting to be one of the mob, not interfere with anything, and he doesn't get left alone. Yeah, it's trash, but it's fun trash.
Okay. All right. I think I'm good though.
Yeah, I'm good too. I dropped that, so no problem there.
Grand Blue season 3. Yeah, I'm checking that one out. Skeleton Knight in Another World. So I just finished, I don't know where I'm at. I saw season 1. Or I'm watching it, and I think I'm still in the middle of it. It's
Very
really
nice.
good. Very
Yes.
good. So I will be checking in on that one. Here's one, and we're also trying to figure out which ones will Crunchyroll add to the anime nights, which is going to be, I think, third weekend, right, of June. Nate,
Yeah, it's
if I'm
the
not
third.
mistaken.
It's the third week of June. It's on a Monday.
Okay, yeah. So we'll put your choices. Which ones do you think they'll highlight, and then we'll talk about it. I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day. I don't know what that is. Sounds like a romance. And I'm not that much in. It says girls love here.
It's a Yuri story. Yeah.
There you go. I'm
BA,
out.
Side,
All right.
side note: when anime heads gets big enough to the point where we can do our own anime of the year category, we need to get T to watch all the yaoi and Yuri anime.
No.
T will lose his mind. T He will lose his mind.
It'll be funny, but no yaoi. No. Bad name. Bad.
Behind the supermarket, smoking with
DA?
you.
Oh yeah, I'll be there for that one.
I am watching that one. Absolutely. Go ahead, Stacy. I'm sorry.
Do you know that little clip you put in your videos where that one dude's going off and he's like yelling out the door and stuff?
Yeah.
That will be T if he watches that stuff. If he watches any yaoi or Yuri, that will be him.
I know. I know. Cleaver Test season 2. Still haven't watched season 1.
Sci-Fact, you saw Cleaver Test, right?
Clever Test was like that was one of my favorite ones. Like of this the last year. I mean I can't say this year because I think it was the end of last year when it came out.
It was summer last
but
year.
yeah. But it was like I felt it was pretty clever. Don't get me wrong, it's nothing like extremely like groundbreaking or anything like that. But I think anyone who's into this kind of stuff or whatever, like you would enjoy it. And then like I don't know, the storytelling was clever. It's like a super evil thing becoming not an evil thing. Like that would be an easy way to put. That's an easy way to put it. And then watching like how humanity unfolds around it. Like I don't know.
Interesting.
I liked it. I liked it.
How many episodes?
I think it's only like 12. It's a really short watch.
So I got
it's like,
time to watch it. If you
they're,
know what, I might
they're
add
20 minutes. They're like 20 minutes.
I'm gonna add it
and
to the
like
list.
three minutes. 3 minutes of the dialogue or whatever. Like so, you're looking at like 15 minutes if you skip the intros and outros. So 15 minutes.
I'll add it to the
15,
list.
17 minutes. Boom.
And I might be able to
easy
speed
watch.
run that first season.
Super
and
easy
then
watch.
get in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can be in and out real quick.
From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman.
Yes. That is an excellent manga series. I love the first season. I'm glad we're getting the second one so soon. Absolute must watch.
I got to agree with Brandon on that one.
Swordsman. The title alone is wild. I gotta watch it just for the title, man.
I think Shadiversity.
Like
Shad was on it.
if you watch that, if you watch that anime, you will literally be sitting there going, "This dude is basically earning his stripes as he goes. He earns the right to call himself a master swordsman." Anime is perfect. I've seen
just
it.
be sure to watch it in Japanese. Don't do it dubbed. The
What's
dub
it
is
called?
absolutely
What's it called
awful.
again? I'm looking at the Japanese name. What's
it says
Old
from
Country
from
Bumpkin.
old.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman.
I hate that title, but I'll watch it.
Yeah, Shad gave a good review. So I mean, I don't know. I saw him like he really praised like the sword fighting. He said that was like really accurate to like the kind of like sword.
really
good.
Interesting. Okay.
So,
all right.
They need to
I'll
get
have
better
to,
with these
I'll have to
titles,
look into
man. They need to go back to the one-word titles that just kind of sums everything up.
They can't do that. It doesn't sell. They have to differentiate themselves.
It
especially
absolutely
in the light
sells. You
novel
know
and
why it
manga.
sells?
That's what they have
You
to
know
do.
why it sells? Because it sells on T-shirts. If I saw Berserk across the T-shirt, I'd be like, I know what you're doing. Dude. I know what you're about.
Well, Berserk is ancient.
Yeah. So this one is the 100
There's
girlfriends.
actually a
I don't know what this is because it doesn't finish it. It just says the 100
that
girlfriends who
really
really
love you. It's peak.
You want that on a T-shirt?
Yeah, that's
If
basically
I
a
see you rocking
harem.
that T-shirt, I might uppercut
That's
you.
a
out of
harem.
spite.
Bro,
Because I had
harem
in
for
the,
real. It
Before I
says it
met
right
you, I
there.
had to
In the
read
anime,
like
like-
4 sentences. Get out
in
of
the
here.
anime, the voice actor he
Uppercut you to
does like
oblivion.
he does in the anime the voice actor does like a whole monologue where he lists out like what he likes about each girl, and like on the manga it took up like several pages. I want that on a shirt. I want like his whole monologue on the shirt. And he actually did it. He won the Guinness World Record. He has a Guinness World Record for like most. I think I forgot. It's like most words spoken because of like they didn't put it in the show. They sped it up, but in the outtakes and in the Blu-ray, I think they have like the unlike edited version of him like saying everything.
No shit, really.
Yeah.
Cool. You and I are polar opposites. Season 2. Didn't we just get that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's fairly recent.
So yeah, some of these anime,
Season
I
2
feel,
is already out.
some of these
You
anime,
remember?
I feel
You
like
remember?
they're-
We watched that. We watched that at that anime.
It's in
release
January. Yeah.
in
That's
like
the thing. It's
January.
like I think some of these things are produced like back to back because it's 12 and 12. Usually, like some.
Oh, okay. So this
Yeah.
is like I got you.
Because you know
Okay.
how some
Yeah,
anime
they did that
seasons
with
are-
Sakamoto Days. You not
Yeah,
not
some,
yeah, they
some
did that
anime
with
are like 20. They put all like the whole 24, 25 in one, but some like
Yeah.
split it up.
Well, I won't be watching
Wow.
that anyway.
Ghost in the
But
Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. Oh, I'm watching Ghost in
absolutely.
the Shell. I'm watching Ghost in the Shell, and that one's locked in. All right. Let me see. The Elusive Samurai. I have no idea what that is.
I heard it was good.
Can't no one tell me otherwise. That one.
Yep. And
Well,
then
I mean,
Sparks
I'm-
of Tomorrow. I don't
I'm
have it. I don't
aware
have
the,
that down. Those are the only ones that I
well,
had.
here's the thing. Some
so
of these will be playing at Anime Expo, so you could probably roll them out of Crunchyroll Anime Nights because if you play it on Crunchyroll Anime Nights, there's no like reason you would go to Anime Expo.
No reason
unless
to do
they're-
that, right?
Yeah, so that's Sparks of Tomorrow is going to be at Anime Expo. Black Torch is going to be at Anime Expo. I might watch Black Torch. It sounds interesting.
Black Torch sounds really interesting, so I'll definitely be checking out Black
It's also
Torch.
interesting because they canceled the manga actually, and it just when I
Oh,
when
shit,
I looked
really?
into that, so they canceled it, but it's somehow getting an adaptation. So I'm wondering if they're doing this to like to drum up interest. But it's also interesting. It's like why would they do that? Because a manga gets canceled, you think that's the end of it, but it got an English like full volume release. It's getting an anime. The dub cast was already announced a long time ago, so they're simul dubbing it. So it's just like this feels like a big move for anime. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like very high key, but it feels like some big things are happening, like based off of this alone. Because like if a manga gets canceled, it's like why would you put that much stock into it? But they gave it a full English
I
release.
saw an anime. It was called like Nige Juice Sauce or something, and I feel like I need that on a shirt, and I need to wear that to an anime convention immediately. Like,
you mean Elusive Samurai, bro? You want the
no,
the
he
Japanese pirate?
just had it on the you just had it on the screen. I don't even know what it said. It said Nige Juice Sauce. Like, I'm not lying.
Juzo.
I'm not lying. That it was just there. Like
The Elusive
it was
Samurai
on.
Season 2. Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay,
All right.
okay. See?
Yeah,
Brandon,
you just need to work on your
You are
pronunciation
absurd.
there, Cyfax.
Let's
All
go over
right.
Brandon's summer list. Brandon, what are we watching this summer, bro?
All right. Well, this is the official Anime Guy full on watch list for pretty much everybody. So for the summer, we came up with 54 shows. Now, me personally, yeah, I'm not doing that. But I will show you what I have come up with for my own personal. Let me see. Where's it go? Come on, take me home. There we go. I am going to do Tetsubo no Jan, which is also Iron Walk John, because we need a good cooking show again.
Okay.
The Forsaken Saintess and her foodie road trip to another world.
That sounds
That's the type
Great.
of trash I love. So
Ah.
I'm good there.
all right.
Let's see. This one is called Harano-san Still Wants to Fight in the Next Life. So there's an isekai. Let's see. This one is called The Frontier Lord Begins with Zero Subjects. Tales of Blue Diaz and the Onika Alna. And, I'm a sucker for these type of fantasy type shows. So, yeah, I'll check it out.
Sure.
Let's see what's next. Translated, A Livid Lady's Guide to Getting Even. How I Crushed My Homeland with My Mighty Grimoires.
I can't believe
Yeah.
Brandon is
Grimoire.
trusting those filthy localization titles.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you're gonna run out of breath before you can even pronounce the fucking title, I'm not fucking watching your shit, dude. I'm not.
Well,
doing
then
that.
watch this one.
like
Otome
what
Kaiju
are you talking
Carmelise,
about?
Ooh.
which is Kaiju Girl Carmelise. Yeah, I'm going to watch this one.
Oh, that sounds interesting. What is that about? It's a
That's
kaiju.
I can pronounce
posting
it in
about
one
it.
breath.
It's a kaiju girl.
Yep.
I've-
Suffering
Just
from
what
a
it says,
rare,
huh?
incurable illness that causes frightening changes to her body. Oh, and this sounds way better than the other one that Pixar did that we all hate. But
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, she
turning
turns
red?
into a kaiju.
turning red.
yeah, she ain't turning red. She's turning kaiju, Japanese kaiju. Yeah, this one I think will be funny. It's got all the tropes going for it. So let's see, level 999.
Oh, villager
The
level
level
99. Villager.
Yep. Once again, fantasy trash. I love it. I'll watch it. Well, at
You
least
and
check it
Name
out.
got the same. Y'all got like similar tastes, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Yanni Neko, which Chainsmoker Cat. Yep. So there's our second show this season dealing with people that smoke, which is, less common these days. But yeah, who wouldn't want to talk to a chain smoking cat? So let's see. What's this one? Young ladies don't play fighting games, except in this academy they do, in secret.
Interesting.
So this is
Sounds
probably
like-
going to be terrible, but I'll
It
check.
sounds
it out
like some
anyways.
Yuri bait, Brandon. You sure you want to watch that?
Well, if it's going to be that, it might as well be that as opposed to yaoi. There were way too many yaoi bait stuff this past year, so yeah, switch it up a bit. Let's see the next one. The exiled Heavy Knight knows how to game the system. Yeah, sounds like someone's going to get some revenge there. Of course, from old country bumpkin to master swordsman, absolutely fantastic. Let's see, of course, Ghost in the Shell. That's a given. Cleavitus, yep. And Skelly. I absolutely adore Skelly. In fact, tomorrow morning, we're doing Watch Party on Cosme, where we're going to watch the next 3 episodes. So episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Skeleton Knight in Another World. It'll be my 3rd time going through it. And this is one of the few that actually does have a pretty decent English dub.
Okay.
It's one of the few. Oh, let's see what else. Sparks of Tomorrow. So this one caught my eye with where it's taking place, because you don't get a ton of stuff that takes place in this time frame. So I'm willing to check it out and see where
Meiji
it
era.
goes.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see what else. Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You.
Saw that.
Of course,
Yep.
Mashuko Tensei season 3, and our beloved little lolly.
Tanya the
Yeah.
Evil.
The Saga
Man.
of Tanya the Evil.
I'm so glad you put me onto that, Brandon, man. That is a absolute gem. Tanya
Yes,
is an
it
absolute
is.
gem.
And there was one other that I was thinking I might pick up. Can't watch Crayon Shine because I've never seen any of it. This one, Grown Up Show, Sunflower Circus. This is a fully original show. There's no
okay.
manga. No manga, nothing else. But it also takes place during an interesting time. During the 50s and 60s in Japan. You don't typically get stuff during that era either. So I'd be intrigued to see how this one plays out, because it almost kind of looks like the Partridge Family, just Japanese, if I had to guess. So
All right, cool. All right.
otherwise, lots of returning shows, lots of new stuff.
It's going to be a
the
busy
usual.
summer.
Yeah, it's a much busier summer than I thought it was going to be. I wasn't expecting 18 to start with. Again,
Yeah, that's a lot, man. All right, who's next?
I
Stacy,
guess-
Angel, Name, Cyphex.
I
You
guess
guys
I'll be
got a
next.
list? You haven't put it together
I'll
yet?
go next.
That's okay. We can come back to it.
Right now, I see only like 3 or. I got about like 3 or 4 that I'm looking forward to right now. One is Ghost in the Shell. I'm actually going to look at the Elusive Samurai. I'm going to check that out.
Mhm.
That time I got reincarnated as a slime is going into its 2nd core in the summer, and there's a sequel to a like. Has anyone here heard of Ronin Warriors or Samurai Troopers?
yes.
All right, there's a
yes.
sequel to that show where a new group of samurai, like a new group of Ronin Warriors are taking over, and
really?
they got a season 2, so I'm gonna check that out.
Nice.
Well, I
Name
mean,
any specific ones you got on your eye on?
None in particular. They're like I said, a lot of these releases are going to be at Anime Expo. So depending on like what I have going on at the time, I might pop in and see if I can like check them out. Because I think watching it with the crowd and just having, sometimes they have the director or like the actors up there, and if they don't have like Crunchyroll staff asking stupid ass questions, we can actually get to some to some input and to some like insight. But I don't have anything like solid. But for the Crunchyroll Anime Nights, I'm wondering like what they're gonna put this time, because there's some like returning ones. I don't know if they're just gonna like you brought up Polar Opposites. I don't know if they're gonna feature that, because it did pretty well like with the fans. Like maybe not like every fan, but like within like people who watch like romance, like it was pretty popular. So I'm wondering if that they're gonna put that back there as like their returning show. Like we know what their thing is, like two big shows to tether it, and then like two new ones. So I'm wondering what the two new ones are.
I mean, I don't know if Tanya the Evil is big. I enjoyed it. I don't know how big it is, but it's definitely one that I think.
Do you know if Crunchyroll Anime Nuts has like a hard rating system? Like they're if it's PG-13 like rated R, like I know like Sentence like.
I mean, Sentence to be a Hero was pretty damn
pretty bloody. Yeah. So I think they would show Tanya the Evil. Like I'm guessing the supermarket one might be another one that they might show. It's just like this little like
Yeah, I think the supermarket one for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Tanya the Evil's on Crunchyroll, so
yeah, maybe and maybe Cleavitus, maybe I don't know. I don't.
No,
do they have
Cleavitus is on? Yes, Cleavitus is on Crunchyroll. Yes.
Okay,
I've seen it there.
Would they? I feel like does Mushoku Tensei stream on Crunchyroll? I feel like that's a big,
it does.
That's a 10 pole for them. So
yes,
they
it's on Crunchyroll too.
Yeah, Bleach is getting a separate like theatrical, so they're not going to put in Crunchyroll Anime Nights because they want it to make its own money.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about what Bleach is doing is this 10,000-year war is basically the final arcs. So they broke that up into certain parts.
All right. Well, I guess we got to talk about anime fantasy. Name don't want to talk about it. We're gonna talk about it anyway.
These few weeks have been good for me. I'm getting points now, bro. See, look at that.
You actually picked up. You gained, but you're still in last place, bro.
Yep, I'm still behind, but I'm making some big moves.
Angel, and DA are both right on my tail. But the way it's looking right now, though,
it's like 100-point difference.
Yeah, but there's only 10. There's like only 10,000 point difference between DA and Angel. And if this week holds good for Angel, he'll jump in front of DA.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, are you Angel DA? Are you guys using your aces like that? That's like a huge.
I used it once. I haven't used it every week.
Once, yeah.
Yeah.
I only used it once.
Yeah. So
what is this?
Yeah, if you guys
is Anime Fantasy League. Yeah.
If you guys used your aces, you would have basically blew past me like 2 weeks ago.
I know.
Side facts. It's like fantasy football, but with anime.
Really?
You draft a team, and then you see how well.
Talk to me about it after the stream, so I'll sign up and do it.
It
sounds fun.
You got to, but next season. All right, we're gonna be doing this
next season.
Yeah.
The registration period,
they do it every.
I'm gonna come in as an underdog and blow you out, but and know what? No pause. No pause. No pause. No pause.
No pause.
No pause in that at all.
So look, I picked Wistoria. Wistoria's been doing well for me, and I haven't even watched it yet. The other four, like Dr. Stone I'm loving Dr. Stone, man. Marriage Toxin as well. Demons of the Shadow Realm, all doing well. We kind of all have the same ones, right? It's just like we all kind of got Wistoria, Dr. Stone, Demon of the Shadow Realm. Oh, which one was it? Oh, this is
that's
the Barbarian and the
Barbarian and the Warrior Princess.
Yeah, and then Marriage Toxin. Name, what are you doing, man? What's going on with your list, bro? You finally got your eights in there,
bro. You know what's crazy? So reincarnation, no Calvin. That's Flowers of Reincarnation. There's 1 week where if you had it on your team, you were losing points, bro. I looked at it. I'm like, bro, I'm glad that's not on my active, bro. I'm like, bro, what is going on in the anime to the point where you're losing points? Like even Rent a Girlfriend never went to that territory of losing me points, bro. Is it?
I put that shit on the bench. That move was dumb. I got to be very careful with it when the summer gets here of what I choose for my active and bench. Even the bench. I just knew that little whatever Rent a Girlfriend was gonna be. Man, that thing was losing mega points.
I mean, we'll see if they do it. We'll see if they do it.
I couldn't even think about touching that one.
I mean, sometimes I don't know because they've never, for my experience at least, I don't see them running it back to back. Like they did it once one season and like I think they take a break. I don't know if it's like
Oh, so they're not going to do it for the summer?
I'm not sure. I've never seen them.
Oh, they're
well, maybe I'm
they're
wrong,
doing it
but
for
I've never seen them run it back.
They're doing it for the summer. I actually looked at my profile and I just remembered that like there's numerous fantasy leagues every season. So chances are we will be getting a summer fantasy league.
So there's the rankings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still in second, but I'm struggling right now.
I mean,
man.
DA,
I think Stacy, I gotta get it. I have to have a really good week, otherwise, all right, not Stacy. Angel gonna pass me up. Man. Anyway, guys, that'll do it. We did get one more. Did I? Yeah, you know what? I don't think I caught this one. Shout out to Alpha Omega for $10. If you want to skip the Vocalizers, Crunchyroll, pirate the show, then import a bunch of merch, BDs to offset the monetary. Is that Blu-ray? What is that?
Blu-ray.
Yeah,
Blu-ray discs.
No, that's
to offset the monetary cost.
Backdoor.
It stands for baby.
Buying officially licensed merch and Blu-ray significantly helps the industry. I completely agree. And like I said, I don't say nothing to the pirates, man. Like I get it. You know, I personally don't pirate, but I get it. And I mean, yeah, I can't say I don't pirate because every once in a while something I want to watch ain't available and I got to go and do it. But I completely understand it. But if you are still supporting the industry in other ways, I'm going to buy a manga. I'm going to actually buy some physical stuff. I'm going to buy, some merch, some official merch. All right. Not, third party vendor, whatever, actual official merchandise. If you're doing that, okay, cool.
Look, like as someone who is like a musician or whatever, and oddly enough, my old band is actually getting recognition because my old singer is in a new band who's playing with like some really big bands right now, and like she's on tour with some crazy stuff. So my band is actually getting recognition because she still has it in her profile. I'm seeing all this stuff and I'm like, look, dude, go ahead, pirate all her stuff, whatever. Like I actually prefer the recognition, or at least listen to our stuff that we did. Like I prefer that more than like go ahead and pirate it, whatever, it doesn't matter. But what I used to do, and I think a lot of people used to do this, and same with movies and TV shows and music, is you would listen to it and whatever. It's like, well, how do I put it onto my device? Well, you buy it. Here's $1. Here's $1. And nowadays it's like $1 or whatever the fuck it is. And it's like, well, here's $1. Here's whatever. Now I can put it on my device. Cool. Now you can support them. But you want to hear it first, you want to see it first, you want to do whatever first. And like I don't mind that at all as someone who is kind of part of that industry. It's like just do that. And like I think most people don't care, but it was like what was it? I think it was Metallica that like really blew that bullshit up, where it's like, hey, fuck you, whatever. It was Lars Ulrich, who's also one of the worst drummers ever, but fuck that guy. But it's like, dude, yes. If you like something and there's a way to pay for it, then pay for it, and those people appreciate it a lot.
Absolutely. Yep. Yes, sir. All right, guys, that'll do it, man. Thank you for another great night of talking anime, man. And I always say this is my favorite show out of all the shows I do all week. This is the favorite one for me, man, because I get to sit around and talk about something that I love, not necessarily something that I'm kind of tired of. But look, we'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, probably with Cyfax Angel on the DA's office. So come hang out with us tomorrow night. We'll be talking about all the wonderful we'll be talking about Star Wars. I have a feeling a lot. All right, because Star Wars is in bad shape, man. It's in bad shape. We'll also talk about Supergirl, Masters of the Universe is coming up. A scary movie is also coming up this week. So we'll have some movie talk to do. So looking forward to that. Everybody have a good one. Gentlemen, who wants to shout out their channel? Name, you don't have one.
We're gonna keep doing this to you, Name, until you actually get a channel, okay?
Exactly, yeah.
I'll go ahead and go first. I just uploaded the Mortal Kombat episode featuring Kano today, so be sure to check that out. the next episode of Trails of Cold Steel is uploading right now, and be on the lookout for all my normal videos this week. And I'm still trying to learn StreamYards because I want to try and get my manga pickups series started.
Okay, there we go. Brandon, you got anything you want to shout out, sir?
Oh, let's see. Tomorrow morning, going to be doing a watch party with Cosme. We're going to watch the next 2 episodes of the King Piccolo arc of Dragon Ball. So let's see, what episode is it? 109 and 110, Goku versus Piccolo. And then episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Skeleton Knight in Another World, to be ready for the 2nd season of that. And I'm almost out of YouTube prison, so almost there. We're almost there.
Thank you very much for being here, Brandon. Appreciate it. Angel, Cyfax, you guys got anything coming up on your respective channels?
For me,
not really.
I got some shorts that I put up, so just go check out my shorts. I did put up a video, me complaining about the new Different World that's coming out on Netflix. That annoyed the hell out of me to see that. So I posted something about that. Check out my reviews this week for Scary Movie and He-Man. I'm gonna go see the special screenings on Wednesday and Thursday. No, I think it's Tuesday and Wednesday, as a matter of fact, the 3rd and the 4th. So I'm gonna go see both of those movies. Early screening on that one. So look out for my
Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah. Okay. So Wednesday and Thursday then. Yeah. So I'm gonna go check that out. But that's what I got going on in the DA's office tomorrow. Check us out on that.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We will see you on the next one. Thank you all for your support, for liking the stream. Thank you to the super chatters. We had Mac, Jenna Ortega, Dragon Master Zero, Nestor Panios, and Alpha Omega with the top dollar amount for 10. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, everybody, for all the support you give my channel and all of the channels here. Make sure you are subscribed to everybody that has a channel, with the exception of Name, because Name, they got one. And we will see you. Oh, and then Anime Heads. Make sure you are subscribed to Anime Heads. I really want to get that channel going and then start putting all of this stuff there exclusively, and then it'll be a nice mix. It's like, okay, Anime Heads, the DA's channel, and there it go. So get over there to Anime Heads, sub up, and then we will get that channel built up. And so much I got planned for that, man. I got a box full of shirts I'm ready to give away with Anime Head logos and all of that stuff. But, you know, we got to get, you know, business first. We got to take care of business first. So you guys are the reason that we're doing this. So thank you very much for what you're doing. And we will see you guys on the next one. Promise it'll be on Friday, unless something crazy happens. It'll be on Friday next week instead of Saturday night. But you guys have a good one, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.